No, we aren't playing with ourselves. But yeah, Rocky decided to sleep on me for a while. Yes. Hello, Joshua. Rocky, Rocky, yo, Rocky. Yeah, I got teethers. I got teethers. He's my boy right there. Yes, yes, yes. Why do you show your dog so much? Because my dog is fucking awesome. That's why. Yep. Oh shit. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. So. Oh no, my dog is attacking me. Oh no. He's such a good boy. Look at this boy. I'm asking you stuff. Ask me anyway. Ask away, buddy. I'm alright. Been sitting here for about an hour with my dog sleeping on me. So we'll get up and we'll go into the gun room in a minute. You love Rocky loves you too. Look at that. Look at that face. He's got a face made for phones and shit. Yes. Aw, yes. Dog penis. Anyway, dog penis. Anyway, you can just do your live right there. You look comfy and so does he. Yeah, except for the fact that this phone won't last 3 hours on a live because it's using a lot of power. It's a Samsung S23 Ultra Note 20. Anyways, it's the 23 blah blah with the pen. But look at that. He's like, what's up, dude? Come on. You ever seen a dog more fucking chill than this, though? Huh? Look at these claws, man. Look at the size of these. Yeah, if he wanted to, he could just rip my ass apart. Wait, is that blood? Hold on. Hold on, buddy. Let me look between. No, it's just the coloring. Okay. But yeah. Alright. Yes, boy. Yeah, buddy. He's grown since I got that crate, so I don't even put him in that one anymore. Look at these big old. Look at the meats, man. Look at these friggin' arms. Look at the arms on this guy. Just the big old. He's like, I don't care as long as I get treats later. Boop. Hello. 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 He's about 65 pounds right now, so I'm thinking he'll probably crest at about 80 pounds-ish. He doesn't have a lot left in him because he's 15 months old now, but I figure, you know. Yeah. No, he eats pretty good every day, and yeah. Man, those arms. Dude, when he jumps, he freaking has a vertical. He looks like Spud Webb. You remember Spud Webb? If you move to Canada, would I ship you your toys piece by piece? No, because the minute I have to ship a serialized part, I'll go to jail. You're finally on a laptop? Well, I got a laptop. He's shaped like my dog. Aw. You want some scratching right there? Is that where you need it? We're going to move into the gun room in a minute. I'm just, I started the live stream because we're bored. No. Dude, look at him. He loves that shit. He loves that shit. You good, buddy? Where's the itch? Is it here? Right there? Right in the corner? Is that it right there? Huh? Huh? Sorry, I don't do cocaine anymore ever since I got a dog. Where do you need it, buddy? Is it on top of your head? Where's the itch? Where's the itch, pal? Man, you're getting after it, buddy. Just sand it off. What, my dog's head? Dude, he's the bestest boy ever. Look at this guy. I got you, buddy. You want to get a treat? You want some treats? Man, I can't believe how badly I abuse this guy. I treat my dog like crap. Yep. I hate dogs. Yep. Just kidding. Yep. All right, buddy. We got to get up. We got to get up, buddy. Come on. Bless you. Get up. We got to get up. Come on. Let's go into the gun room. Oh, Jesus Christ. You went the wrong way. Come here, buddy. Let's go get a treat. You want to get a treat? There's the wall that used to have the dick fish. Not showing you any of the information about my place. Other than there's a room. Shit. I forgot the camera stand. Jimmy, I just got a Canik MC9. Go ahead and reaffirm to me as a good purchase. Canik MC9 is fine. Canik does the job. My dog does not like this camera mount because he knows that I'm going to talk for the next 3 hours. All right, let's get the nasty thing right out of the way. Look at my pee-pee. Also, my shirt is dirty because we were playing. Yeah, I turned all the guns the other way so that the Yeet Cannon logo was visible on the Yeet Cannon with the suppressor. $1,000 suppressor, $200 gun. We've already made that joke before. Damn, you're tall. No, I'm actually short. Did the live just start? 5 minutes ago, Grayson. 5 minutes. I started a little bit early because Rocky was chilling on top of me. Let's see. Mouse made me that, and then yes, there's my hypocrite gun. But yeah, and also the 320 is just about done now. So that used to be an M17. It's now an X full. Thesis. I was saying we're tall because the SAM was next to the ceiling. Right? The camera? Oh no, these are just low ceilings. These ceilings are only in this room is at about 7.5, 8 feet, so it's not very tall. I'm going to the range with that gun tomorrow. That gun, the DY9 with the Island Comp or Island Ports. That gun because I haven't shot it since I changed everything, so I need to make sure it doesn't explode. I put a threaded barrel into the RXM, so I'm going to shoot that, and I got to make the video for Olight. Thank you, Olight, for sending that out. They sent me the PL Mini 2 Valkyrie. It's a nice little light, and the bronze color looks good. Yeah, you do have to duck down. High Point needs a drum and a 4X. I'm ordering the RMR plate that goes on the top, and I will be putting a $500 hollow sun on it because, you know, why wouldn't you? The only two guns I couldn't turn around are the AR because of its failure button and the way it's set up, and then the bolt action because if I turn them around, they sit up against the wall too close. Oh yeah, I am taking the hypocrite gun because my other buddy has, one of my buddies, my buddy has the original version of the gun, and we're going to shoot them both side by side and see if we feel any difference. But will I get a drum mag? No. If somebody wanted to pay for the drum mag, I would get a drum mag. Can a real gun break if you keep hitting the trigger? Well, you can break the trigger shoe, but the trigger itself is, it's not like on an AR or an airsoft where you can just snap the trigger off. They're usually metal components inside. But yeah, I also like that it puts some of the logos visible, although, there we go. So Paris, it's hard to read on stainless. What do I think about the MC9 Prime? I'm going to be shooting that tomorrow. My buddy has one. No, wait. He's got the LS, so I'm going to be shooting his LS. The Prime is interesting, and it'll probably be a good shooter. I just realized I could put another gun right there. Damn it. I'm such a bad gun dad. You want to see Rocky do a trick? What are we using today, Rocky? We are using pepperonis. Which slide? That slide? Or that slide? Or that slide? Or that frame? Or that slide? I like the color on the Terran, that's about it. You put a Kiop on the wall. I put one that won't hurt anybody on the wall, yes, because Drunk Mouse made that for me. It's got my logo in it. No, I don't have a Colt 1911. Hold on, let me set the phone down, and then I'm going to do it with Rocky. Also, I need to load up the live stream. What are we at? 116 people with no fucking monetization on it. I think the shadow ban is officially over. All right, turn the volume all the way down. You like me? Do I have an MP 2.0? Not right now. Sold my last one. Here we go. Is the sight SE any good? I've only shot a little bit with it, and that will be going out to the range again tomorrow. It feels more compact and better than their first offering, and the fact that it's a closed emitter feels pretty good. Support 2A like the live. This is the first. This is Fire. I Hate Canada. You'll be all right. Sniff us again. They're all fake, all you airsoft kids. They're all fake, not a real gun inside. Rocky is looking at me like I'm a dumbass because I made that sound. Hold on. Keep watching the setup, kids. Shit. Sorry, Rocky. Also wrecked my headphones, which pisses me off. Cicada, thank you. What are you going to do with the frame since you traded the Apollo? Oh, I've got other guns I can put the frames on for sure. All right, so pardon the dirty shirt. Rocky and I were playing pretty rough earlier. Rocky, come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Come here. Sit. Watch how hard he shakes. Shake. Dude, he just fucking palms me. Over here. Ready? Shake. Other hand. Both hands. Ha! He's a dancing boy. Dancing boy. Do, do, do. Here you go, buddy. Yes, sir. I'm teaching him to spin. That's a new one. What sword? Is that an MCK for an SD9? No, a Glock chassis. And it's the Recover Tactical. Who's Pat? Rocky, McManus, Zaxxon, Stone. Stone's at the end. I don't know why I'm looking at the screen. Hi, everybody. God, I'm stupid, but Stone is the other one. No, he's not part Mastiff. American Staffordshire. Really? You're not eating it? You want this one? You want this one? Come here. You want this one? Come on. You gotta come here. Sit. What am I, a button? Dude, his claw feels so strong. When he look at that, he's like, "Give me." Ready? Just turn. You got to do the turn. There you go, buddy. Turn. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Do the spin. Do the spin. Yeah, there you go, buddy. That's a good boy. Come here. That's for you, buddy. Good job. So I'm teaching him to do a spin. I saw another dog do it. You okay? There you go. Go slow. Go slow. Anyways, welcome to the live stream, kids. It's kind of a little bit of everything around here. I am the most random man on the streamers. Also, we'll stop showing you my crotch. Anything for an SD9BE? I don't know. I don't deal with that gun very much. Do I do crypto? I did a little bit of Doge for a while, but I don't do any crypto anymore. What am I drinking? Coke Zero. My friends brought it over when they bought a bag of dog treats for Rocky. Still waiting for a couple of things to go through, so I didn't have any cash, so my buddy took care of it for me. No OnlyFans, but I can show guns, demonstrate guns, and play with guns on Twitch, so we will be doing that. Don't think I've ever had the orange cream Coke, so... Do I got a Chris Vector? No. I used to, and then my buddy remembered that he let me borrow it after a year and a half. Are they real? My titties? Yes, my titties are as real as they get, people. I have a Twitch. No, I'm going to set it up, though. They ever get you your dog food from Amazon? No. They refunded me, and I went and bought him a couple of bags of Purina Beneful, and he seems to like that. Twitch where allows that. Nice. Maybe if I scoot over there. So they do, but you have to be careful. You can't point at the camera and you can't wave around in an angry manner. But you can like show disassembly, cleaning. You can do tours of the guns. You can show stuff on them. That's why I want to do it. Quick question. I failed the 4473. My record is clear from what I know. Do you recommend retaking or appealing to the FBI? Well, number one, if you got denied, there are reasons for it. You need to contact the local law enforcement that ran it because they will tell you why you got denied, but you can't retake it. It's not a test. It's literally a document you have to fill out to verify who you are. So trying to fill it out again after getting a denial without fixing the problem will automatically get you denied again. Love the guns, two-way stands from Alaska. Nice, dude. Everyone take a moment and go smash the thumbs up. Yay! Thank you, Cody. Wicked Guns. Yep, thank you. You know you can get a Cerakote in the color. Yeah, I know, Stabby. You said that. But as long as I keep it oiled, it's fine. Although you called me a goof, dude. Maybe I've run these guns like that before, dude. As long as you keep them heavily oiled, they don't rust. And I don't fucking put it in my nutsack. So it's not going to get salty sweat. Why would you need to go get prints? It sounds like you did something, or you're missing a document, or you need to get a lawyer. I am not a lawyer. I do not give advice here in the state of Virginia. All I will do is give you the number to the state police and the document number, and you'll have to call it in and get it figured out. I don't want the slide to match the comp. I want the slide to stay gray. If I want the slide to match the comp, I would get it Cerakoted, but I like the way it looked after I sandblasted it. I like that color combination. It makes it kind of look like a USP Expert that way. And then I took a Sharpie to the mag to make it dark. You okay, buddy? You need scritches? Come here. You're not supposed to put your gun in your nutsack. You're not supposed to tuck it in there. I do not have a 30T. Meet and greet where we get to oil you up. Nah, I'm good. I like to use pork rinds for dog treats. They are cheap. They are cheap, but they are not as good for dogs because of the oil they're fried in. You got to be careful. Bad thing about getting denied, they treat you like a criminal. Like, bro, I got a shiny clean record. Yeah, so what typically happens in a denial, number one, you live in a state where you're only allowed one handgun every 30 days without a CCW, or you were charged with something that you're not understanding correctly, or you have a medical marijuana card. Question 21 states, are you a user of or addicted to unlawful substances? And marijuana is considered illegal, so I get a lot of people that have medical marijuana cards that ask me if they can buy a gun. In the state of Virginia, that's a no. In the state of Virginia, if you have a medical marijuana card, you are not buying a firearm. Hey, it's your toy, do as you please. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Stabby, and trust me, dude, I've been doing this long enough. I have all the shit I need if I want to do something like that. But I also bought the gun on a whim, and I built it into an X5 on a whim, and it was just me being bored. So, watch out, Rocky. Watch out. I'm gonna move my foot. So, we'll go for a while. My legs are still bothering me. What's wrong, buddy? You okay? We already went out. I know you peed. You only poop once a day, so I know you're good. You just want more treats, don't you? Well, let me see your eye. Let me get that booger out, and I'll give you a treat. Stay still. Dude, he's got allergies like a motherfucker. So I took him to the airport yesterday with me. He was very calm. How do you properly aim a firearm that uses an iron sight? Not a problem, dude. So assuming the sights aren't messed up, you have your front post and your rear. So this is the back of the gun, this is the front of the gun. You need to make sure that the front post is in between the two rear posts, and that they are equal height, equal light, which means you want to have the same light on both sides of it, and you want the post to be level with the rear sight. So if it's up like that, you're going to be unfortunately fucky. So if you're like that, your gun is pointing up in the air. If you're like that, you're pointing at the ground. So I'm a DIY guy. I like things making things match, so I'm always blasting a Cerakote. I got an Aero 9 build. I did a Jazz decal on twice. Oh, I get you, Stabby. And that's cool. To each their own. So I like the stainless aesthetic. I originally was going to put it in an X5 Legion grip module, but my buddy sold his. So I wasn't going to pay $200 for a grip on a gun that I paid $250 for. Are those the 3D printed grips you've been working on? Yes. Only 2 of them are viable because that one up top is too small. It's basically airsoft. But that one fits on a 2011, and the black one up there in the corner fits on a 2011. Trying to find the best angle to let you see everything without showing too much of my screens. What do I think about the TTI Canic? I'm thinking that I traded for it, and it's the only reason I own it. I had an Apollo 11, and I didn't like the beaver tail. Look at my crotch real quick. This is my crotch. It's over here. Keep looking. Good boys. But yeah. Anyway, I just didn't like it, the Apollo 11, so I went ahead and traded it for the Canic. First gun that started your obsession. 1911s just in general. Although Lethal Weapon with the Berettas was always really cool to watch. Can we see the silencer one up close? In a minute. I'll do a full wall tour in about 14 minutes. So at 8:30 I'll do it. That way we'll have a timestamp for people to look at. Air Max, what is up? Wait, can you stand back up again? Nope. Just back up if you need the goon. Thanks for the Jiminy. I needed that. What, my crotch? You're buying more knives tomorrow. Awesome, dude. Alrighty then. Should I build a 410 AR? You gotta really want a 410 AR. You want this, buddy? Why are you itching so much? Do you need a bath? Should I do a doggy bath stream? Put him in the walk-in? Yeah, go lay down. Go on, buddy. Good boy. Keep drinking them sodas, boy. You can have all the guns in the world and it wouldn't matter because if shit hits a fan, your ass is grass. What the fuck is that all about, dude? So this is a water bottle that I mix drinks in, and this is an empty can that I just haven't thrown away. So you sold your TTI and got a PDP. I love the PDP. I'll be honest, I prefer the Canic over the PDP aesthetically. I think it has a better looking ratio top to bottom, but the PDP does feel really nice. You okay, buddy? You're good. Why don't you go eat your food? No, you're not getting more treats, dude. You had 3 in the last hour. What's a good bang for your buck pistol that has good mods? Depends. What do you consider bang for your buck? Because I think a full-featured 1911 at about $800 is a full-featured, is a good deal. I don't have an ammo choice, but stop. Go lay down. Stop. You need to relax, dude. We hung out for hours. Hours, homie. Hours. Are you doing not prosperity tests from random people? Yeah. Oh my god, that's a crazy computer. Hello. What's up, dude? Come here. Come here. Up here. Come up here. There you go. Stop kicking the camera, as DB used to say. It's a 12900K with a 4070 Ti. What do I think about the G3C? It's a perfectly usable gun. It's nothing too good. Yeah, safety. I appreciate the things, but do me a favor. Yeah, avoid caps, please. So 410 isn't a good idea. Would you recommend building an AR? I don't know, dude. 300 blackout. Do I have a shoulder holster? No, I don't. I mean, I own one, but I've never used it. What's happening? Tyrone, what's up? The puppy, oh my gosh. I'm going to go. What? Why? Yeah, it's a 3D printed Chiappa Rhino. That's why it's got letters on top of it. What other cheap 1911, 2011s besides T-Sauce? Gerson is solid. Lower end Springfields are super solid. Rock Island, of course. What about the Springfield Echelon? Springfield Echelon is decent. Outside of changing the trigger and maybe doing a grip module swap, there's not a whole lot I'd recommend to that gun. It's basically what it is. He's not that big, dude. He's only 65 pounds. Come on, Stabby. No poking at me. Did you hear about the Raha Jackson incident? He is a son of Rampage. No, I didn't. What happened there? Don, what is up? I'm squinting because I'm reading little letters. Trying to read chat off of a 1440p monitor hurts. I have it enlarged a bit, but... what's a gun you shot that made you say, holy smokes? CZ Tactical Sport Orange, probably one of the best surprises I've ever shot. It really surprised me at how good that gun shoots. He almost beat a pro wrestler to death? Jesus Christ. Second Amendment isn't important. It's necessary. It's a right. Just trying to farm some likes. Works on the Arms Room channel. Got him 400 likes earlier today. No, I appreciate it, dude. It just, yeah, just be careful with that. If you're a mod and you're here, just let him do his thing. As long as he doesn't spam the shit out of it. Yeah, no, you've always been cool, Safety. Rampage's kid jump on stage at a pro wrestling event and bit the brakes off of one of the wrestlers for insulting him. Jesus Christ. Nice firearms, thank you. If anybody talks to Pew Pew, Pistol Pete, tell him I don't know why I'm not seeing his messages. He's not blocked on my channel, but for some reason his shit isn't coming through. The new Canik you picked up, is that a second gen TTI? It's not really a second gen, it's just a different color. It's called the TTI Smoke, but literally every component is exactly the same as the first version. No, I get it, Safety. I'm just trying to police stuff. That's fine, dudes. Glock 19 or a 1911. You will never see me. Never, never, never. And I do say that as a hypocrite, but I will never pick a Glock over any other gun. Actually, it's not. It comes with the new optic. Only if you buy the optics equipped version of it. If you buy the regular gun, there is no difference. And the only thing that's different on the optic is that it's the new generation of the Canik optic. So it's a Canik optic, not a good optic. God damn. How often do you take your guns apart to clean? I clean my guns every time I shoot them. What's up, Paulie? You have the bronze TTI. The black is sexy, though. Yeah, I prefer the black color with the rose gold barrel. I'm not a huge fan of FDE, like especially the coloring he used, or the coloring Canik used. And I also don't like the fact that it's an SFT Pro with a comp for $950. Yeah, I was playing that before the live stream. Ever remove gut rust from a gun? Yep, a few times. G3 Tactical. I actually used to carry a G3 Tactical. What's good? Not much, Broke. What's up? Why did I call you Broke, Brooke? Yeah, I don't play Tarkov, and yeah, I play PvE because I'm extremely disabled. I would literally get wiped out by a naked with a fucking sausage roll in PvP. I didn't even see Jax's comment. Any other gun would be $1,500 with the same features. Not with the fucking polymer frame, it wouldn't be. So you can literally buy the Rival S with all those features and a steel frame for $100 less. There's nothing on that gun that is Terran Tactical. Terran Tactical told them what to do to the gun, but that gun is literally built by Canik in a Canik factory. Terran Tactical has never put a hand on that gun. Nobody at his company has touched that gun. They literally told him what to do. In fact, if you buy a Canik Meta SFT Pro, you will literally get the exact same features for $620. So for $1,500, every gun has more features than that gun. I almost bought the Rival S. So I took the Apollo in and I said, either give me a Rival S or the new Smoke, because the distributors are already sold out, so I traded my buddy for that one. Which Nighthawk, the Sandhawk or the BDS-9? I'd take the double agent. Do I have the 338 Lapua on PvE Tarkov? I don't play Tarkov. On Tabor I have it. I've killed Mamba. Would you say the G3 Tactical is a good gun to EDC? It's a little awkward because it's got the suppressor height sights. But other than that, it's pretty good. Do you have an opinion on the Vortex Viper red dots? The first generation ones that you had to lock in from the rear sucked because if you had a rear sight still on the gun, you literally had to either take off the rear sight or remove the thing. How much is the Rival S? So the Rival S is on shelves for like $850, where that gun is $950. It's ridiculous. Do I still have the Boomerang Echelon? Yes, that Echelon is no longer being sold. I am not selling any of the collection guns ever again unless it's a duplicate or that fucking Canic. Are all guns retested on Uname? What do you mean, Butter? What do you mean, buddy? GPU no pump. Why? Because it's not the final form of the computer. I used to run a 4090, and that one was water blocked, but I sold the 4090 back when the 5090 was being announced because they promised they'd have inventory. So I sold my 4090. I went back to a 3080 for a while I was waiting for a 5090. And in the meantime, I sold the 4090. I bought a computer off a guy that had the 4070 Ti, and I'm planning on giving that to a friend of mine as soon as I get a 5090. I peeped a Rough Rider in the cut. Yeah, that is the Heritage Barkeep, so it's the short barrel one. You got your TTI for 800. You got the Smoke for 800? Can I just buy a Rival S frame and throw it on mine? As long as yours is a Meta, yes, because the Meta uses that slightly different assembly where the slide goes over the rails and then slides back versus starting from the front. Just want to get a metal frame Smith & Wesson 2.0, but currently is commie state. Yeah, sorry, Stabby. Why do I dislike Toyotas for not being revolutionary when all they do is run for 300Ks? So, it's good to see you again, buddy. But the fact of the matter is, Toyotas, Glocks, and a lot of those companies, yeah, sure, they run, they do what they're supposed to do. But liking a Toyota is like just giving up on life. Yeah, I want something reliable. I don't give a shit what people think of me. Yeah, I want something reliable. I don't care if people see me in a camera and think that I'm an Uber. Oh, you got the bronze one. Gotcha. Yeah, because cost is over 800 for the Smoke. Pete has gotten the message. I wonder if he'll pop in. Oh, dude, fucking Tacomas are exploding. Toyota Tundras, Tacomas, they're literally detonating their engines because they took the Chrysler method. The printed Rhino fits in well. Yeah, it does all right. All those guns and you wouldn't shoot a fly. A fly doesn't have the intent to cause me bodily harm, but if a fly had a M249 saw pointed at me, you're goddamn right I'd shoot it. We don't have a registry here in the United States. I have 2 Toyotas, fully paid off. I don't give a frick. I got 5 kids to haul around. You got kids, man. You've already reached endgame. Once you produce life and continuation of your bloodline, then I guess you can just settle. All new vehicles are built to break. Yeah, for the most part. Everything is designed to be replaced as modules. Have you ever seen, like, if you look at a late 90s, let's say even a Toyota Camry, a late 90s, like a 97 Toyota Camry, you've got an engine computer, transmission computer, and a body computer. You look at a new Toyota Camry, there's an engine computer, trans computer, steering computer, because they're all electric steering, braking system, throttle system. Those are all on separate tertiary or secondary and backup systems. Then you have your body computer, you have your climate control system computer, you have if you have seats that are powered, they have their own modules, each one. There's probably 15 to 20 modules inside of a new vehicle, and any one of them can go bad. You got a Mercury Mountaineer from the 90s that runs nice. Got to have a lame car to save miles on the good car. Well, I drive a 15 Ram, so I don't put miles on my Navigator. Just change the high sight, and it's a go. What? Greetings from the Britain. Hello, Britain. How was Britain today? My parents arrived from Heathrow yesterday, and they said fuel was $10 a gallon. Holy shit! Do I have a CZ75? Yeah, I got a couple of them. ECM, TCM, BCM is all you need. Not everything needs a computer. I proved that with my charger. Do you guys remember my '08 charger? I put a set of SRT seats in it, and I got them to work with one wire, a ground and one wire. So fuck all that shit. Have I ever played any of the Assassin's Creed? Not since the first one. I got a '90 Ford Ranger. I love that truck, full metal, so when people hit me, a new car, mine's completely fine. Lol. I don't have to impress any woman in my car. Toyota's reliable. I would love to own a Hilux someday, but I'd be doing some stupid stuff with it. It's, Stabby, you don't have to. When I make fun of a Toyota or a Toyota owner, take it with a slight grain of salt, because there are days where I would sell my cars and just drive something basic. I almost did. I used to own a Lexus ES350. Hey, Candace, what's up? Yeah, the Canic TTI Smoke and the Silver and Black's 320 were both in the last couple weeks. Would you recommend getting a newer Navigator or sticking with the old? So I've got a 2014 6-speed auto with the 5.4. I like that truck. I kind of wish I had one with the 3.5 EcoBoost, just because they are pretty goddamn powerful. But I can repair my car without going to the dealership to reprogram everything. I made key fobs for it using the old method. You drive an old '08 Toyota Fundra? Yep. She's pushing 700 horsepower? Jesus Christ. I had a '94 Toyota pickup. It was awesome. Yeah. Wait, an ES350 is basic to you? Are you rolling around Dubai style or something? An ES350, it was a 2009, so it didn't have nav or anything. It was a very basic car. Just got 3 unlocks back to back. Would have been funnier if they were the same gun, or same car. Have I seen the SW990L? Yes, I have. You got a 2023 Maverick? I like the Maverick. And have you seen the Lobo? The basically the SVT version of it? Kind of like it. I get shit for being a Toyota driver. Water off of ducks back to me. I do all my own maintenance. Both of them running great. So yeah, I drive a 2015 Hemi Ram. Excuse me, a Hemi Ram with 210,000 miles. I get shit all the time. Oh, how many engines have you put in it? Oh my God, look at you driving a Dodge. What the hell's wrong with you? Take care of your shit. Your shit runs. You know that. I wish it looks like I'm going to be on the road for the next hour, hour and a half. Shit, sorry. What are we talking about today? Well, we started by talking about the doggo, but the doggo is now full of treats. 40 short and weak is a no for me. But if you get a new barrel, you can rechamber it in 357. Pistol compensators. I like them, Levi. What's up? New Jersey ammo restriction sucks. Yeah, they do. You want an old Ram SRT 10? Yeah, I drove a manual one. I never got to drive an automatic one. I almost bought an automatic one because I found one with like 180,000 miles for 10 grand, and I almost bought it. It was the crew cab auto too. Transmission is the only thing you have to worry about in a Dodge. The older Dodges, yes, we've had that talk a few times, Bryson. It's actually pretty good now. So the current lineup of Chrysler products, they use an 8-speed torque flight, they call it. But it's actually the same ZF transmission that's in a fucking Rolls-Royce Wraith. Different programming, obviously, but the internals are the exact same. In fact, they don't break. You can find used low-mileage 8-speed transmissions for $1,000. Oh, Dennis comes in with a $2 donation. Thank you. SIG 365 versus the M&P Shield for EDC. In their base form, 365. If you're talking about an XL versus a M&P Shield Plus, I'm going Shield Plus. You got to test drive a manual transmission SRT. Yeah, so the automatic is harder to run with because it's a 4-speed auto, because the 5-speeds definitely couldn't handle the power back in the day. And I don't know if they ever got the uprated transmission near the end. I think they were 4 speeds their entire life. You prefer the Ram 1500, you don't like Ford. I like Fords. I like Dodges. I like the Chevys before the new ones. The new ones look goofy to me. Dude, hell yeah, old Dodge truck engines are the best. Yep. What's the little green gun? That is a 3D printed Chiappa Rhino. If I had the opportunity to turn into a vehicle, what would you turn into? I would turn into a 1997 Dodge Viper GTS. I'd have door handles, roll-up windows, and I'd still be a raucous motherfucker. GMC Sierras are nice. GMC Sierras are nice, but kind of like how Lexus aren't worth the upgrade price over a Toyota, I don't think a GMC is worth the price over a Chevy, in my opinion. Let's do a wall walk. I said I'd do it at 8:30, and I'm late, so please don't shut off phone. This mount, unfortunately, can hit the power button. So, we'll do it from this side. So you got the bloop tube. Nice choice, thank you. Hey, Mouse, what's up? T-Sauce PX9 Duty Comp. The the M17 turned into an X5 or X Full. I darkened out the mag so it doesn't look quite as obvious. Same thing, more money, pretty much. So you're curious whatever happened to the Inox Ghost. My buddy still has it. He took it back. He said I could buy it if I want it, but he's not currently selling it. The Yeet Cannon, and yes, it is a real Yeet Cannon. That is not the one that's spray painted G1. That's a real Yeet Cannon with the suppressor. The RXM, I swapped out the threaded barrel from the XF Pro. My buddy Jacob, that's the gun that's missing. My buddy Jacob is borrowing my XF Pro because he wants to shoot it, see if he's going to buy it. Everyone make sure to hit the like. Yep, pretty much. One comment and one question. Yes, I agree about converting any gun, blah, blah, blah. Question, do you think the 9mm is being pushed to be the only self-defense caliber and eliminate others? No. It's because for the money, you get a lot of performance out of a 9mm nowadays. Then nobody's trying to push it out. The only people that are trying to push calibers out of the market are literally influencers and YouTubers and people that fall for that stuff. Some calibers deserve to die, like 40 short and weak should be a dead caliber. You should be running 10mm. Guns nowadays have better spring rates and they can handle it. And yeah, other than that, 357 SIG unfortunately died because, again, 10mm can do it, and there's other calibers that run hot too. So there it is. That's the TTI Combat. You'll see it doesn't say Combat Master because they didn't want to go quite that far. Let's see. I don't like the all-new AI trucks. The models are better. My Taurus G3C is snappy. How can I make the recoil better? Go to Lakeland. I think it's Lakeland. Gun parts. They do Taurus parts. They do springs and stuff for it. So Chronicle 1911, single stack with the Punisher comp on it. Paris ECW, T-Sauce BR9. My buddy found a spring that works so the takedown isn't floppy on the Gerson. I put the DWX grips on my Witness because I thought that looked pretty good. And the DY9. Drunk Mouse made me that. Everybody say thank you to Mouse for that. That's awesome. All right, turn you around now. Lake line, that's it. Oh shit, what did I just push? Sorry, I completely missed them out. What are your thoughts on SIG's new 2011? It's $2,500 gun, but a lot of people are giving it very positive reviews. I asked for one. I'm on their list, but I'm also on their shit list because I made fun of the finish on one of their guns. Who would drive an electric car anyway? They're unreliable. Oh, I would drive one in town. They're fun as fuck, man. But in terms of unreliable, they're pretty reliable now. They're just boring. They just have instant torque. So if you have like a Tesla Plaid, man, that thing will take off. Are Wilson Combat Springs worth it? I'm thinking about getting them for my 1911. That's what I run. You know, they're not that expensive. Yeah, the 211 GTO. Oh, man, my leg is still killing me, so yeah, we'll go as long as the pain doesn't get to me. How is the DY9 reliability-wise and just overall? For me, it's been 100% reliable. With the original slide, I have not shot it with the island port yet. Yeah, the SIG 2011 looks nice, but it's so much money. Yeah, $2,500 is a little bit much. So I'm still waiting for my emails back from Kimber on the 2K11, as well as I'm waiting for Bursa. They still haven't sent me that gun yet. Oh no! I'm gonna have to fix something. I forgot to pay one of my bills. Ah! Yeah, it's amazing when you put up an insulting, a negative review on a company's website, they fix it. You bought an MC9 LS, and it's friggin' awesome, nice. Most impractical sports car you would like to own? Probably like... It's not a question for me, I guess, because... I don't have an answer for you. Give me a minute on that one. Are you still as disappointed in the DWX? In the finish, yes. In the way it shoots, no. I love the way it shoots. And I've got the Burris Fastfire E on it, the mailbox, so I love that one. What do you think about the Shield X? I held one. It feels all right. I would like to own a healthcare. Yeah, good luck. What's the purple grip on the wall? Mouse made that for me, Drunk Mouse. It is for a 2011. As someone who recently got their CCW, which micro compacts would you recommend? Preferably one with longer grips that can hold 15 plus. Well, technically, if you're looking at something that holds 15 rounds or more, it's no longer a micro compact. It might have started as one, such as the Hellcat, the Macros, all those. But they're edged into compact or subcompact. They're no longer micros. What I would tell you, Logan, though, is don't try to go small for small size. You go with the gun that's as small as you're comfortable shooting. So 15 plus, you're going to be like Hellcat Pro, SIG X Macro, which actually has the same length grip as a Hellcat Pro. Shield Plus, they hold, 13, but it's still a pretty good size. No, I'm sorry, I don't. You saw the new movie Honey Don't? Nice. I would never buy a 5 Series FN. What do you think of the M&P 40? I've never shot one. They're okay. She didn't end up liking it when she was shooting it, so she gave it to you. Nice, Michael. Hey, free gun. Can you still own a firearm with the misdemeanor 1? Yeah, it depends on what the misdemeanor is. If it's a domestic assault or a DWI, no. Everyone make sure to hit the like button. You don't have to have a felony, but you have to not have misdemeanors that involve violence or drinking. What about the Reflex? I assume with the extended magazine. It's not a clip. It's veering to the compact more than the subcompact. I just don't recommend FN right now at all. Would you let me do your mascot for the sloth with a Rambo gun? Much love. No, I don't really accept commissions. Mouse is an investor in my company. That's why I let him do shit. How do you like the new Staccato HD? I don't like Staccato. It's the same thing I say about Terran Tactical, even though I have one up on the wall. The only reason I have that is because I didn't pay out of pocket for it. Would you trust your life with a 22 long rifle or Winchester Magnum? I would use really good ammo and a good gun, but yeah. My first compact was a Makarov. I bought it at a gun show. Nice. GX4 carry versus a 365. There's a reason why the Taurus is $280 cheaper. It's fine, but it's not as good. Hey, what's up, good? Lisa or Jesse? Mr. Belding. I got an FN Mark 46 recently that cost me $24K. Okay. Opinion on HKP9s. The VP9 I own. I like those. Thoughts on the Canic. I haven't shot it yet. I'm shooting it tomorrow. It's an SFT with a comp. It'll be fine. It's a Canic. If bullets can't penetrate steel target training, then why don't SWAT use it as a bulletproof vest? A lot of them do use steel plates. They use AR-500 steel. Most bulletproof vests, unless you're wearing soft body armor, is AR-500 steel. Is that the Recover Tactical? Yes, sir, it is, Reckless. Your thoughts on the Mossberg 88? If you only got a couple of $100 and you need a reliable 12-gauge shotgun for home defense or whatever you do with it, Maverick 88 is a great way to go. CCW renewal finally got approved. I got to go to LAPD headquarters in downtown to get it. It sounds like a trick to me. Thank you. I'm thinking about getting one. No problem, Reckless. What comedian would you pay to go see? Honestly, none of them. If they're a comedian that's been doing a bit for more than... Wait, I take that back. Christopher Titus. Christopher Titus does new shows every year. Some material is still there, but he changes the show every year. Guys like Jeff Dunham. I saw Jeff Dunham when I was still living in Minnesota back in 2010. His bits haven't changed. He adds a little bit, and in fact, he's gotten worse at ventriloquy since he got a super hot wife. But yeah, there's not a lot I would actually pay to go see. Hope I don't get killed in downtown LA. Ironically, you'll get killed after you pick up your new card. I don't have Holy Grail guns. I've owned most of them that I want. What GPU are you running? Gigabyte 4070 Ti. Excuse me, a lot of people call them Tis. Fuck Cat Williams. What's the recoil on a 5.0? I never shoot an alien. Yeah, I have shot the alien. The 5.0 is really soft shooting. It's a gas system, so it's pretty good. You've returned with steak. Well, where's mine? Mike Epps is okay. There are some comedians that you can only watch once. Mike Epps, Kevin Hart, fucking... A lot of them are just like that, where I can only watch him once. Because once you watch Kevin Hart once, you know his whole bit. Sinbad, once. All these old comedians that everybody thought were great, you watch them back now, especially if you watch them on YouTube and you watch like 3 of them in a row, they tell the same damn jokes over and over and over. You're not allowed to carry when I get the permit. That's stupid. Richie, I'm glad it makes you, gives you something to look forward to, brother. Sturmgewehr. No, I don't have one of those. What does Cat do? Cat calls out people like he thinks he's fucking King Turd of Shit Mountain. I don't like motherfuckers like that. When I call out somebody, I'm doing it because I know what's going on. Cat Williams just talks to hear himself fucking talk. What's my opinion on the RXM? I like the RXM in theory because it's a Gen 3 Glock with a removable fire control unit. I have it in the RXM, which is that chassis right there. I have it in the Sharps Brothers chassis or frame, and it changes it completely good. Thank you for replying. You're welcome, Richie Rich. You need to be talking to a lawyer, Hustle. I am not a lawyer. I can't tell you what's going to happen. Thoughts on SIG's MCX? Too much money. Still not liking staccato. What's your preference on 2K11s? Basically everybody except for him and Taryn. That made my night. Well, I'm glad, Richie. I hope you feel good, man. If you were a business, what product would you make that would be able to make volume even in a new brand? I wish I hadn't answered, Daria. That's a good question, man. And I do apologize. My legs have been bad, man. If my buddy, the Durhams are watching right now, they'll confirm. We're going to the range tomorrow. Hello, Mrs. Mouse. Also, Penny. Come here, Penny. Come here, Penny, Penny, Penny. Ever try an Atlas Gunworks pistol? I've held them. I've never shot one. Very expensive, though. You shot your first T-Sauce? Nice. How was it? Favorite 10mm? Probably a Colt Delta Elite. You subscribe because it's so fun. Thank you, sir. Sorry your legs hurt. Yeah, that happens. So I'm going to have to relax as much as I can tonight before I go to the range. What do you think about 357 SIG? It's basically a dead round for new manufacturer, so unfortunately. appreciate you taking time on it. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, dude. I know you guys took the risk in sending it to me. I will have it out this week. Also, I accidentally bought the Terran Tactical Canic, so I had to throw out a shitty video on a Sunday on it. That one I filmed in 4 minutes on my couch, basically. Do I do parts kits or not? For AKs, I don't, but my builder does. What's the one thing you'd want to change about the industry? The politics. Would you recommend milling a non-MOS slide? The only reason to mill a non-MOS slide is if you have an Austrian-built Glock and you don't want to change your serial number. Otherwise, just buy an MOS slide. The Night Stalker is great. I want one. I've got one. I got it back finally, and it's never going anywhere again. You're disappointed with your first T-Sauce. Which one did you get? Yeah, the 357 does well. It's a 9mm cartridge into a 10mm casing, basically. Yeah, Michael, this isn't a thing that I greatly appreciate tips. I do. I really do. But I'm going on 30 years dealing with these issues, my guy. Trust me, I do what I do. It's nerve damage. It has nothing to do with muscle tension, blood flow. Right now, it's all about my nerves. So, I appreciate that one. Would I ever touch archery? I haven't shot arrows since I was a kid. How late am I streaming? I'll go as long as I can, probably till 11. T-Sauce are good firearms. My parents took mine once while I was gone and hid it from me. I was pissed off about it. I had to find it and take it back and never left any of my guns around them again. Why are you leaving your guns available for anybody, period? My parents don't have access to my guns. I got the T-Sauce Faith. I believe it's a Beretta 84. It isn't terrible, but it won't run hollows and is uncomfortable. Yeah, all those 380s from them. If you want one that's it's not a tip-up, but it's a copy of the Browning that shoots hollow points, look at the Gerson BDA. Sounds good. I'll be back as soon as I can. All right, man. You miss Glock fanboy? So it's better to not have a gun until you can conceal. No, if you have no choice and you need a gun, it's better to have it and have to carry it open carry. But just be ready. Don't be offended when somebody looks at you weird because they see you with a gun on your hip. I don't like open carry. I would rather conceal carry. But if you're in a position where the choice is no carry or open carry, then I'm going to carry open. Do you need license to order gun parts online? Only if they are serialized. You're sure of my opinion from a business with new factory and branding USA. Hard to make anything that isn't a 9mm 12-gauge 22 long rifle. People say they want them, but don't take a risk on smaller brands. My opinion on that, Daria, is because, and you've hit it on the head too with your DY9, it's an excellent gun, and because it follows the pattern of Glock, that's why it has the popularity it does. This platform, social media is the reason why. If you watch, and you do because you come into these live streams, if you watch a lot of gun reviewers, like the guys with 1 million subs plus, they'll tell you, oh, you have to use this 9mm, you have to use this 12 gauge, without allowing the people to pick what they want. That's why when people ask me to tell them what gun to get, I tell them to go to a gun store and try every gun. I recommend guns that are quality and that are reliable, but I'd never make that recommendation. Hey, Crux, what's going on? Greg, what's going on? Made a comment above that one. In my state at 18, I can open carry, and then at 21, I can conceal. Yeah, so if you're forced to open carry, then open carry. I don't like any Glocks. If martial law happens, you better be armed. Oh, I'm pretty sure I can find a gun. Hi from France. Send me a Colt. No, sorry, dude. You like the DY9, it's way better than your Glock 19. The thing I like about the Daria, and I've said this on many occasions, is the fact that the top is Gen 4, Gen 5 compatible. That is a big deal to me. Because you get the better springs and you get the better everything. Look for a good entry level for an AR pistol. What would you recommend? Not afraid to spend a little bit of money, but not trying to go bankrupt. Stag Arms, FN 15s, higher end Diamondbacks. What's up, Patriot? My buddy just lost his CPL by walking up on a police officer without announcing. That doesn't sound right. If he pulled out the gun or if he started a confrontation to be an auditor, maybe, but that doesn't sound right. Tell him to get a lawyer because he shouldn't be able to lose it just for doing that. You're not required to walk around saying, I have a gun to every police officer you see. If you're carrying a gun and you're not committing a crime or you're not under articulable suspicion of committing a crime, you're not required to even hand over your gun to an officer. Do I have a Glock 18? No, not yet, but I intend to get one. You have to have an 03 SOT license, and I intend to get once I get mine settled. I said somewhere safe on top of a high shelf where no kids can grab it, where I often just put it. It comes and goes, which is why I always knew it was my firearms. I forgot. I don't know. Yeah, no. So here's the downside to that sentence, man. I appreciate that you're putting it somewhere where kids can't grab it. But if somebody got hurt with your gun because you just put it on a shelf, even if it's your parents, you can go to jail for that. You can be charged in a large number of states because that is reckless storage of a firearm and not protecting the firearm. I am literally the only person that comes in this place, and when I'm not shooting, those guns go into a gun locker. That's why they move around a lot. You won a Diamondback a couple weeks ago. Nice. It won't let me see how many people are watching. About 100, Grayson. Do I have silencer? Yes, there's one in there. What GPU do you got? No, it is not in 0207. Class 3, so 0702 is a manufacturing license. I own an FFL. Someone posted on Instagram a picture of an M18 at a gun store for $143. I got mine for $250. Mine's an M17. $143 is pretty crazy. You like full size or compact guns more? I prefer full size. You have a PSA Dagger. How do you feel about them? Dagger is fine. Their company has terrible quality control though. So Riley, the reason I would actually suggest that yes, you should get your CCW is because the minute you step foot out of Kentucky, no states will allow you to conceal carry then. The state of Virginia will recognize your concealed carry, so if you leave the state of Kentucky with a concealed carry and come here, you can conceal carry. But even if you go to another state with constitutional carry because you're not a resident of that state, you can't carry your firearm from out of state. When your time is up, are you going to take your guns with you? What do you mean when my time is up? When I die? There's going to be a crater when I die. Why did 30 Super Carry die so fast? 2 reasons. Number 1, they released it during COVID. Number 2, they tried saying it was going to replace 9mm. Number 3, they also tried saying that it was better than 9. Number 4, Nighthawk Custom and Smith & Wesson were the only companies that manufactured firearms for it. It's clear and safe, and I put locks around the triggers. I'm not negligent. I swear I'm a professional. Yeah, well, like I said, Edward, I don't know your exact situation, so I can't tell you. I can't be like the end-all, be-all of what you do, and what you do is what you do. But you have to take into consideration the rules when you have a gun in a place where other people can possibly have access, which they did because they took it. You have to be careful. Any experience with Bursa? Yes, I have one of their 380 Thunders. I've sold it and bought other ones many times. I need to get the TP9, and they're sending me their 2011, but they still haven't gotten around to it yet. What the fuck did Zachary say? What's the best suppressed pistol? It doesn't matter. It's the suppressor that matters. Oh, someone's trying to be funny. Can you buy guns for your home without a license in PA? Bro, you're asking a lot of very dangerous questions, buddy. You're asking questions that shouldn't be asked on a live stream. Ruger or FN 5.7? Actually, I'd go with the Smith & Wesson 5.7. The story is they came into my room and stole it. So, well, I mean, backtracking, and I'm not trying to call you out on this or anything, but you said they might have forgot it, that it was yours. So, kind of what is it, buddy? Do I have an opinion on Bear Creek Arsenal? Cheap, but they run, and they're okay range toys. You want me to time them out? I don't care, dude. When somebody starts just kind of going over and over, that's fine, Grayson. Will a Gen 3 Glock 40 Smith & Wesson run as well? Yeah, they run fine. They're shit, so. Nice wall, thank you. Nord, what's going on? Do you have to have a permit to buy a shotgun to protect your home? Depends on the state and municipality you live in. Here in the state of Virginia, you don't need any sort of license to own a firearm. But you still have to do a background check to purchase it, to own it. You okay, buddy? You got the itchies today, man. Not a Glock guy. Glocks are boring. And that I have a Glock tattoo, and I say that. Who makes the best quality pistols that are affordable? It's not as clear cut as it used to be, buddy. Michael, because a lot of manufacturers make good guns nowadays. Hang on one second. My internet just crapped out for a second. My Oculus is on. That's the problem. Hang on a second. There we go. 10 mil PCCs? Yeah, the Ruger LC carbine. I prefer the Glock 17 over the 19. I don't like Glocks. And they're the same damn gun. We love our gun rights. Woot, pew, pew. You got timed out because you're talking about not being able to buy a gun. Is open carry illegal in Virginia? I used to live there. Yes, so you can open carry at 18, or if you work on a farm or private land, concealed carry is 21. Joe should get a High Point tattoo. I've offered to get tattoos of gun brands to you guys from after the Glock one, but you guys have to pay for them. How's it going? Pretty good, Patriot. What's wrong, buddy? Why'd you run right back there? You okay? Why'd you run away? You okay? You good, buddy? What's wrong? Come here, pal. Come here. Come here, Rocky. I'm going to sit and pet the dog. Yeah, I forgot it was mine. I don't really know. I never asked them. My parents are also anti-material, so they didn't like me bringing my guns in the house, even though it was safe. All right, man. How are the 17 and 19 the same? The only difference is the barrel length. Careful, Rocky. Good boy. You're okay, buddy. You're okay, buddy. He senses when I get mad at people about stupid shit. So do me a favor, people on the live stream tonight. Don't be stupid. You're pissing off my dog. What's the best state for gun rights? Montana or Wyoming? Which divorce am I on? None, dude. I'm not stupid. When I was 18, I met a girl I didn't like and gave her half my shit, so I never have to do it. (1911) has 8 rounds. 2011 has like 15 to 20. Caliber specific, it can be anywhere from 10 to 20. 2011s are also different in another way in that a 1911 has a steel, or not steel, but a frame and slide only. A 2011 has a slide, a mid-frame, and a grip module. Trying to make it into an entire story. It's fine, dude. I've already moved past it. Having a kid keeps you busy. Yeah, I kidnap people all the time. What's your thoughts on ports and comps on carry guns? Do it. Why wouldn't you? I made the same comment when Daria asked me why some guns don't take off because everybody wants a 912 or a 22. Same thing with comps and shit, dude. Don't listen to a goddamn YouTuber telling you that it's a bad idea to carry a comped gun. Shoot the gun. Get used to the blast coming straight up. If it's ported, you're going to get more muzzle blast straight back at you because of the design of it. The gun is going to recoil and you're going to get the gases in your face. Get used to it. You'll be fine. It's like mother fathers that sit there and tell you that you need a light. Historically, you don't get into a shootout in a dark area unless you're fucking SEAL Team 6. Is that a suppressed high point? You bet your ass it is. It's a high point yeet cannon. How would Rocky have liked the mouse you had? Probably would have eaten it. What's the blue gun? That is a 3D printed Chiappa Rhino. You look like the type of dude who would get drunk at his son's t-ball game and open carry there. Motherfucker, I would shoot the t-ball. what questions can't we ask? Just don't spam shit and don't be rude. What's your thoughts on Canik? Canik is a brand I like. They now have manufacturing in Florida, so that's good for them. So American jobs. So, how many guns do you think you have, not counting boating accidents? I don't ever count them. I counted once and I stopped at like 140. Where are the wheel guns? I'm not a big wheel gun guy. I've got a Heritage Barkeep up there. That's about it. Honest Outlaw and PewView have videos explain the difference between comped and ported. It's a pretty obvious difference. How much is Glock paying you for the advertisement on your arm? Nothing. I showed it to them at NRA show and they walked away from me. But you guys paid me $3,000. Please specify it's a model. Yes, sorry. Hey, YouTube algorithm. That is a 3D printed, non-firing, solid PLA copy of a demonstrator thing. I need to reach out to Daria. I talked to them at GunCon. Yeah, definitely do it, man. They were in the chat tonight. Daria support, man. They come and check out the live because they sent me the Island Top. And I am shooting it tomorrow. It's right there. It's ready to go. I need to swap the optic off of the original slide onto the new slide, and it's going to the damn... Oh, I probably should put it in frame. But yeah, that one is going to the range tomorrow. I promise you. You forgot Canik has a factory in Florida. I'm going to have to go dumpster diving. Yeah, so the MC9 Primes are all built here. That was the first one they built here. Am I averse to the idea of Nathan Fillion playing you in a biopic? He's older than me. He's much better looking than I am. And he's not as funny. The high point is cursed? Yeah. Well, they walked away when I explained to them that I got the tattoo because I think their company is so boring that I made my audience pay me $3,000 to do it. For the RXM, would you recommend the Sharpsburg's grips? If so, why? Yes, Tommy, I definitely will. So I did the video. You can go watch it. It's got like 8,000 views, which is pretty good for one of my long-form videos. And I explained, yes, it doubles the price of the gun, but it puts it into the exact same place as like an M&P metal, the Canik metals, a lot of metal frame guns. Yet it changes the gun and it makes a Glock-compatible gun so much better. It feels better in the hand. The grip angle is way better than even the Glock or even the RXM. So, am I taking both slides or just the Island Comp? Just the Island Comp or the Island Port because I've already done a video with the standard top on it. I just never posted it. Is that a yeet cannon? Bet your ass it is, buddy. Do I like any specific LPVOs? I don't shoot enough rifle to ever even really compare them. I'm taking the AR-15 with the Burris out there because Burris was kind enough to send me that optic, and I'm going to shoot it out at 200 yards and see how good the glass is. Any tips on concealing a 5-inch barrel 1911? Practice. Don't carry it appendix. I carry it at the 4 o'clock, or I carry it in my pocket. I'm tall enough that I can carry it that way. Any thoughts on the Ruger American Gen 2 and 450 Bushmaster? Not that caliber specifically, but the Gen 2s are awesome because they went Stanag pattern. No, I've never had to use one of my guns. What's your background? My background is I'm an idiot who likes stuff. I was never military, never law enforcement. I actually spent 20 years selling cars. I used to run movie theaters before that. I've done a lot of different jobs in my day. But I got into the gun world back about 2019. I died in 2017, and in 2019 I started working at a gun store. Am I wearing a Sightmark t-shirt? Yes. I needed to take him to the park, and this one was just laying around, so I threw it on. Thanks for the response. I'll take a look at the video. No problem, Tommy. Also, I'm taking it to the range tomorrow, and I will be doing a compilation video where I'm going to mix a few guns together just because I know that I'm probably not going to film a full 20-minute video because I'm going with some friends to the range. So nice, you're a genuine 2A lover. Yes, I did not start this channel with the intent of it being a gun channel. In fact, if you go back to the early days, I would do 2 videos a day. I did a car review every day, and I did a video games pickup every day. I moved into the computer pickups, and then I moved into guns after 2017. How many beans would it cost me to have a Drunk Mouse 3D printed grip for my LFA Apollo 11 and have you install it? So I've got the 2 up there. We could see if it'll work on yours. But you'd have to talk to Drunk. Good night. All right, Romley, you too. So the tattoo, it's the ink got fucked up because my arm reacts bad to tattoos, but I have no intention on getting it fixed. In about a year, I'm getting it actually covered. Seems like a cool nerd with high-functioning autism whom has discovered his love of guns. I love everything, dude. The minute I lock into something, believe it or not, I wasn't always into custom computers. I got into custom computers back in 2015 when I built my first one, and that's how far I've gone. Do I still play Fallout 4? I have not played in a while because I've been playing a lot of Tabor. I have 252 hours into it, and I bought it 6 weeks ago. So basically, at night when he's sleeping, I'm sitting here playing VR. But yes, I do still play Fallout 4. I have, as of this moment, 1,663 hours into Fallout 4. Have I got any advice for the big name gun tubers and influencers? No, because I'm not one of them. There is a point. You can spot it in every big gun tuber's channel. And eventually someday I may hit that point where it's going to happen. But you'll see there will be a point where they have to stop being completely themselves and cater to their audience. I don't give a fuck what you guys think about me. Take that how it is. I want you guys to form your opinion on the gun itself and what I show you. I don't do funny stuff other than the shorts. I don't make weird videos with stupid intros. I don't do that stuff because that's not my channel. What's the car you sold the most? New cars, I sold Fords and I sold the shit out of Fusions. I was the Fusion king. When the 2013s came out, I was selling them. I sold more than any of them. Happened to Garanthum. The other problem with Garanthum is that he's had too many relationships that he stepped out on. All right, man, done trolling. I actually want to get a gun. My first job was selling guns at Academy Sports and Outdoors, but I never got into guns really like you have. Yeah, I lock in and I learn everything I can about any subject, so. Is Drunk Mouse in the chat? Yep, he's here. Am I a 9 or a 40 guy? I'm a gun guy, dude. I don't care about caliber. Cool stuff. I'm a nerd, too. There you go. Honest Outlaw, Hickok, and Paul Harrell is Stable 3. Honest Outlaw, he's moving past being able to stay what he was. The minute he bought all that land and set up the range, he's put out more content and more sponsored content, and he's given away a shit ton of guns. The reason he's doing so many giveaways is because he's getting paid as a sponsor of fan of them. He is making his living doing it completely, and there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But he is elevating himself out of the realm of what he used to do into the new stuff. Yeah. You look like you're getting in shape. It's a different kind of getting in shape, Mouse. It's he eats all the fucking food. So I got food and he eats half of it. I've lost 20 pounds since I got him because I'm just not eating. Like, I had half of a burger today and he ate a burger and a half because he stole one. How old are you? I am 46 years old. What do you think of the SIG 320? If you take care of the issue with the trigger group, they're perfectly fine. I can't say anything about the unsupported chamber. That's just going to explode randomly. Just got the X1C, going to give it a shot. Nice. I subscribed and I like your cool dude. Thank you, Doscope. Sopo. Outlaw will still say if it's shit or not. Absolutely. 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 That's why I say he's on the edge of elevating himself past it. but he's doing a shit ton of more collabs with famous people. I will never do a collab with any famous person. Rocky eats all your food and makes you walk him around. Oh yeah, he knows who his bitch is. What holsters you recommend inside the waistband? Galco, 1791. I just started playing it. I'm enjoying it. That's nice. How did it pass military trials? By selling for $178 a copy. Also, they weren't exhibiting the same problem because they weren't being handled in the way that makes them go boom. Also, social media wasn't nearly as woke as it seems to be now. Ooh, that table is going to collapse on my doggy. I'm going to have to fix that. I watch animal videos on YouTube all the time. Stupid videos of roosters chasing golden. I love the stupid animal videos. What's funny is he doesn't respond to the dog ones. He responds to the cat ones. You do not look 46. Thank you. It's the Asian heritage, man. Right now, I have heard of Gunflower. Gunflower also owns Warriorland. So I have, sorry, I'm starting to get a syncope episode, or I might just be hungry. But where's my Warriorland light one? So Warriorland on the DY9, that is also owned by Gun and Flower. I want to see if I can find a $250 P320 now. They're out there, bro. That one sat at Middletown Firearms for 3 days for $250. Something like 3 days. And I bought it because it was cheap, and then I put I put the SIG, that's a factory SIG grip on it. That was $60. And the X grip, my cost, and then I put a factory SIG threaded barrel in it so I could put the Harrington Arms comp on it. Looks like he's into anime. Not really. Why do you make throwing insults now? My cat just shit on the floor. Careful, my buddy's dog would eat it. Are universal holsters all right? Depending on the use case, man. Open carry stuff, yeah. Like I use just a basic 1911 holster for all my 1911s. I think the Prodigy grips are going for 70 to 80. Not sure. I haven't tried to buy one. You got your 320 for 300. Nice. Just sitting here. I'll be right back. Sounds good, dude. I'm trying not to pass out. I got to go make a water drink. So give me a second. Where's my water drink bottle? So give me 1 second. Look at the wall. It's fine. You got a 365 fuse. Nice. I think cops should carry a 19X instead of a 17. I don't think cops should carry Glocks at all, and I'm wondering why you're so hard on about Glocks. Is your last name Glock? Are you the new sugar toy of the gold digger that married Glock before he died? Just getting some water, Rocky, but I know you're going to follow me. Good boy. When the live is over, I need to make some food, buddy. No, come on. Come on. Get out of there. Over here. Good boy. Hold on, I gotta get his one of his dog beds because he doesn't like sleeping in the hall on the floor anymore. He's gotten all bougie. He's like, I'm gonna sleep here. Come on, come on. Just get one of your things, buddy. Come on, hold on. Let me put this out. There you go. Hey, sit there if you want. You want a treat? So interestingly, this was the first toy he ever picked out at my buddy's house. You want it? Beep, boop, boop. Beep, boop, boop. All right, put it over there. Here. It's finding light bearing holsters. Yep. Yeah. Yep, you're being very good, buddy. Oh, sorry. Sorry, come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Sit. 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 Rocky, sit. There you go. You don't have to do a trick. You're being a good boy. The Riddler's Challenge. What's the best concealed gun in 10 millimeter? I'd say like a Fusion Firearms Compact 1911 or a, and you guys gonna rip on me for this, but a Glock. I have a Glock 19M Gen 5 with Holosun 50C, Trigicon suppressor height sights, TLR1 Hogue grips, and a Glock Performance trigger. I also have a Glock 30 Gen 5, Gen 29, Gen 4, and a SIG 365 fuse. So cops have whatever the department issues, but they are allowed to carry a different weapon, but they have to pay for it themselves. Pennsylvania State Patrol is allowing PDPs. Your friend carries a Glock 29 in 10 millimeter. That's cool. Is that a Sharpsboro grip back there in FDE? Yes. It's technically bronze. It just looks lighter in the light. You live in West Midland. Okay, cool. I do not like this strawberry lemonade Weilers. Tastes like soap. Yeah, sorry guys. I am in the middle of a syncope episode. I'm literally trying not to pass out right now. I'll be heading down to Ukraine. Hopefully soon. I joined the Foreign Legion and decided to go that route instead of re-enlisting. All right, Edwards. We are done. There's one thing we can't stand here on the channel. It's people that, well, you're using stolen valor. So, the minute you start claiming military service when it's clear you aren't, you're done. He thinks a super short AR-10 pistol will be powerful with a short barrel. Can be. I have the 365 XL as my. You need a crazy ass round though, so you're defeating the purpose because you're going to dangerously overpressure the gun. Not cool, dude. Yeah, no, sorry. The minute, I was letting all his stuff go, but the minute you start claiming military service when it's obvious you've never been in the military, no. I have to go and get up at 3 a.m. It's fine, Grayson. He was fine. Most of his shit was harmless until he claimed military. How do you know he's not? Really? He doesn't know if his parents stole his gun or if they just took it from him because they don't like him. He claims that he's going to join the French Foreign Legion instead of rejoining the U.S. military. Oh, gotcha, Mouse. No, he didn't need to be banned until he started overstepping his bounds. Like I said, racist stuff, that goes. Super spams, those go. He pulled a full-on Andrew with that one. The minute he told me he bought a whatever and his parents have all his guns, and I was done then. But I will tolerate a lot of shit, but do not claim to be military if you're not military. Closest I got in the military is the Army Navy store. I also have Crohn's disease, and I got one of 17, so it's a no-go. Yeah. Hey, Grayson, thanks for coming and hanging out, dude. Win some competitions for me. Write Jiminy Show on your shirt. I'll be a sponsor. We don't tolerate stolen valor. Just ask Andrew the pilot. Yeah, pretty much, Cody. Hey, what's up, Pops? So, First Sergeant Richard is a career military man. What's the best-selling gun at your FFL? None, because I'm not carrying anything right now. But honestly, it was all my used stuff. So my 1911s. Thoughts on Cracker Barrel? I like it because they're racist in the name. Dave, what is up, man? So yeah. No, I wanted to serve. I truly did, but I was too fricked up from a young age. Having flat feet when you're 16 and short, yeah, I grew into a terrible person. Um, yeah, I forgot about Andrew. Ah! So, you good, Rocky? You made the M17 look so nice you got it for a steal. Yeah, even after the upgraded parts, it still is like a $400 gun. Stone, what's up, dude? Well, good, because I'm sitting here trying not to pass out. If I move too fast, I may pass out. You may see a dog jumping on me. Jumping, not humping. Jumping. Hey, Pops, you there with the old lady? You can watch the dog tomorrow. Is a Springfield 1911 loaded a good starting 1911 to buy? Well, depending on which version you're talking about, it can be a $1,600 gun. Loaded is an additional level of Springfield 1911s. So you can have an operator loaded, TRP loaded, target loaded, stainless loaded. But yeah, the loaded is one of the higher trim levels. I don't have any 1911s or 2011s, which you recommend for under $1,000. Look at Rock Island, Gerson, and TSOS. All three of them. If you're looking at a lower budget price one, you're going to be looking at price versus full on. Will it be competitive with the Staccato? And all of those are. What do I think of the TRP full rail for 1500? It's a solid gun. I don't know if I would go quite there. It's a full rail. I wish the operator. So the operator is usually $300 to $400 cheaper than the TRP, and they're 95% as good. Is that Fallout 4? Yeah, I was looking at the number of hours I have into it. It is by far the most played game in my Steam library. I've got 300 hours into 3D Mark, which is just benchmarking. I don't really care about competition. I care about reliability. There you go. Any thoughts on the 365 AXG Legion? It is an expensive piece. I've seen the videos on the Venerator. It's a very expensive gun. So an old man getting jumped by two guys, so I jumped in. He didn't stand a chance against the three of us. You had me in the first half, not gonna lie there, cheese. Fallout 4 takes play where I live. I have not. If they had one at Middletown, I would have traded my my Apollo 11 towards it, but no. So apparently, I only have 200 hours in a car mechanic simulator. I swore I had a lot more time than that into that. I have 154 hours in a car dealer simulator. I have 150 hours in Cyberpunk. Fallout 4 VR, I only have 60 hours. I had to download an offline copy of Grand Theft Auto 5, or a copy from directly from Rockstar, because somehow my account got compromised for Steam. See, Half-Life Alyx, I got 40 hours in. Hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. Only 60 hours. Man, these are not a long time. I thought I had a lot more hours into some of these games. Payday 2. That used to be my favorite VR game because you can play it in VR. Saints Row, I think I got 60 hours. Ready or Not, 20 hours because the AI is shit. Sniper Elite 4, 140 hours. Star Trek Online, 218 hours in 15 years, so that's not that much. No, I don't play Battlefield. Am not military. Just picked up one 2 weeks ago. Second range visit this week. Pretty great. Nice. All right. I don't play Fortnite. I also have body cam. I played for 3 minutes. I didn't realize that it's PvP only. So I took it out immediately. It looks amazing, but I don't play PvP because my anxiety, my nerves and shit. If I ever played Skyrim, no. Never even booted it up. I don't like period style games. There is no Springfield Hellcat behind me. PvP. So PvP means player versus player. So like Fortnite, Players Unknown Battleground, Tarkov, those are all primarily PvP. You play against other players. PvE is player versus environment. So you're only playing against bots. I'm not good enough to play against other people anymore. Banner, what is up? You dislike Glock? With every fiber of my being. Have I ever played RDR? The first one, yes. The second one, no. I have it, but I've never played it. Hey, penny. What about PCP? That is players copying players. That is for VR chat only, and I don't recommend it. Jarrett says he apologized. He's Swedish. English is not good. He watches YouTube to learn. That's fine, man. You don't have to be in the military to like guns, Jarrett. What about PVG? Players versus God, you always lose. If you had to pick between a high point and a Glock, high point. That's why there's a high point behind me, but no Glocks. No, I've never played Metal Gear 5. So I don't play. There are some grandma gamers that would kick my ass easily. I don't play a lot of episodic or cinematic type games. I play car games, shooters that are basic, like Sniper Elite. I don't want to have a story that I have to follow. That's why I like Tabor. I literally can play any map and just sit there and just take out dudes and just fucking loot. You learned about PCP in college in one of my upper divisions neuropsych courses. Yeah, PCP and LSD, man, that shit stays with you too. You can hate on Glock but never own one. Nope, you can't, dude. Sorry, Stone, not allowed. If I remember right, there's a PCP receptor in the brain. They have yet to find the endogenous ligand for it. Stop using words that aren't real. How long have you been a homosexual? Everybody's homosexual. The fact that you think it's funny to call people out as homosexual means that you are so far fucking in the closet that if you walked an hour, you still wouldn't be able to get out of it. In my country, only hunters and rich sportsmen have guns. Is normal America to have so much gun? No. I am a gun reviewer. I own a gun store, and I've been in the industry for 6 years. Mortal Kombat is a brainless beat 'em up, so it kind of gets away from like the Battlefield, the Call of Duties, blah, blah, blah. I've never shot a gun, but I think it's cool. I didn't shoot my first real gun until I was 39 years old. And if I had shot guns before I killed myself, I probably wouldn't have killed myself. It's a real world law. It just means the neurotransmitter. I know it's real words, dude. I'm just messing with you. Having your own store is dope. It's a pain in the ass, brother. I sold a lot of my own guns. I'm never doing that again. You got 14. That isn't enough. I agree. I have 7 guns and I'm a nobody. There are more guns than there are people in the United States, by far. What do you think about Glocks? They're a very successful company. You look good for 50. I'm 46, so you're not that far off. No Glock ever took my girl because my girl isn't a Glock. Glock guys are too busy sticking their penises in the recoil spring hole. Carry a PT92. What do you think of that? It's fine. Nothing wrong with the PT92. It's actually a better version of the Beretta. It's based on the original design with the frame-mounted safety, which Beretta finally got around to going back to. Yeah, if you don't give me back the orange, you can't make fun of Glocks. Nope, don't own a 23. Why would I own a 40 cal and a Glock? Why would I click on two no's? You look like you're 32. Thank you. And when I shave, I look even younger. Where the hell did the cap go? I need it inside the arm of the chair. I'm going to use the next time my wife says I have too many guns to say I'm a gun reviewer. Oh, fuck. Sorry. I'm starting to pass out. I'll be fine. Give me a minute. Rocky, you good, buddy? Can you come here? Can you come here? Come here, buddy. Come here, Rocky. Come. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Hey, buddy. Come here. Look at me. You good, buddy? Thank you. I know, you're probably tired, too. Sorry, I'm ignoring you for a second so I don't pass out while talking. Also, my dog has eye boogers, and that doesn't fly for me. You smell like dog. Who's my good boy, huh? You my good boy? We'll go out before we go to bed, I promise. Hold on, let me see it. Let me see it. Dude, eye boogers in a dog is the worst thing in the world. I can't stand it. Holy shit! Lycan comes in with a big donation. Thank you so much, Lycan. Appreciate that. It's going right to ammo for the dog because the dog needs to eat all of my food. Damn, my boy. How many guns do you own? More than 4. There are a lot of people own like 50 to 100 guns. Yes, and 90% of them are all in the same live streams. Why so many weapons? Because I like guns. They're interesting. Manufacturing and shooting and engineering is interesting. Feel better, good stream. If you don't feel good, feel free to end the stream early. Just film the wall and do an outro. I might just leave it on the wall for an hour. You do you as long as you're okay. So the syncope is something where I just need to take a couple of minutes and just stop trying to continue doing things, and then I'll be all right. Rocky is so tired. Because America. I'm not American. I think it's awesome you got a YouTube play. Dan, you've been doing this for a minute. Yeah, so I've been doing the gun stuff since 2017, so almost 8 years. No, they would. So, also, I don't want to regress and become the people that followed me. I'm not saying I started doing live streams with gun walls, but I was one of the earlier guys to do it and not get canceled. The more guns you have, you're more protections from ghosts. Yep. Until a ghost is capable to corporeally or incorporeally pick up a gun and load it, I'm good. Sorry, I don't adopt strangers. You suffer from narcolepsy. Not narcolepsy. I have syncope, along with an autoimmune disease and nerve damage and all kinds of issues, and my brain doesn't like me doing things. So he and I went on a 2-mile walk. I was fine. But sitting here right now, I am about to pass out. The going, you're almost there, Banner. Yeah, Stone is getting there, man. He's got some good guns, man. I already have the paperwork filled out. You just need to sign. Sorry, man, I don't sign on. I'd have to, if you send it over, I'll have my lawyers look at it, buddy. I don't know, Frank. I think the cuts are different, so I can't really tell you. Sorry, one of our viewers asked me a question and had to send me an email. Apparently, it didn't come through. Asked if I've had any trouble mounting lights to Sharps Brothers modules. Personally, I have not. They've all been pretty smooth for me. I'm almost there too. Banner Hoff. I live in an American equivalent of North Korea. Yep. And I've contributed to both your collections. I wish I would have started doing YouTube when I first thought of it in 21. I wish I was doing YouTube back when I was working at the car dealerships, because that shit would have taken off and I'd be a billionaire by now. Because I used to have all the guns, all the cars that I wanted, because I worked for a used car dealer and we had every brand, every model coming in and going. Gray P80. It's not a P80. It's the frame from my RXM. Echelon is a great value Glock. Oh, wow. You got some issues, world. What do I think about the Shadow System? CR920. Shadow Systems is too expensive for what they're giving you. It's a Gen 3 Glock. The reason I have the Daria, the RXM, and several others is because they are less expensive than Glock. There's literally no reason for a clone company to be charging more than the original company when they're offering nothing of note. You sure have. Thank you, Jiminy. I love my C96 and little KBI. Nice. Yeah. And soon to be your Tavor. I might be getting sick, dude. I got the fucking sniffle. My brain is not working and I got the sniffle. I'm going to concur. My brother just sent in a Shadow. Wouldn't cycle a single hollow regardless of the grain. Yep. Hey Jim, how you doing? King, what's up? I am trying not to pass out. Just now when I closed my eyes, I almost fell over. I'm still falling over. I feel like I'm falling over. If I didn't have the drink in my hand, I would know that I'm falling over. So my syncope is really fucked up in the fact that my brain is running at 100% right now. But when my body decides that it's had enough, it does what it does. That's why I got to be careful when I drive. I'm under a lot of stress again, and I'm sure that's triggering the syncope. So... yay, looks like I won't be driving much. I have a drinking problem. You own half of Joe's collection. You own half of my YouTube collection. Mrs. Mouse and I might be sick too. I think something is going around. How'd you get it from California to Virginia, dude? That's a hell of a transmission. You know what happened? I'm blaming my parents. I picked them up from the airport yesterday. They came back from a cruise overseas, and now I got the sniffles. Pops, I know you're still watching. You got me sick, man. I'm angry. You're gonna try to call a shop tomorrow. You got to go. Have a good night. All right. Don't do it too early. I'm going to the range in the morning. I won't be available till after noon. The G2C, the one I had, fed everything, man. Do I like the straight pistol grips for the AR-15? I like Magpul's KOE 2 Plus, and then I usually have mine stippled. The one down there is an MOE 2 Plus, or K2 Plus, and it's been stippled. Okay, sounds good. No problem, Patriot. Hey Doru, what's up? Discounts, demos, and more. Have any of you seen Hard Bullet? I'm thinking about getting that one. The problem is that I don't play VR during the day. I only play when he's asleep at night, so like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning I play. All right, Ezra, you have a good one, man. I'm going to make a grip for Patriot. Just do it through the store and let me know. All right. $8 million. I take Bitcoin. I've never had the problem, but some videos I've seen have said that. Yeah, I personally never had that problem. One of my first videos, and I think I'm wearing this shirt in that video. That's how long I keep my shit. I don't get rid of shirts until they have too many holes in them. I did 500 rounds of G2C, and it never had a problem. Am I stoned? Nope, my brain is shutting down right now while I'm awake. You never know, Mouse. Maybe it's actually Elon Musk, and Patriot is Elon Musk in hiding, even though I've seen pictures of Patriot. How Dowdy from Texas. What's up, Towdy Outy Outy from Texas? Don't undersell yourself, Mouse. He's also got to pay me for finishing it. Although I don't have an Apollo to put it on, so you'll need to mail me your Apollo and $1 million. I'll give you a discount. All right, I'm going till 10, guys. First gun I ever shot, and do I own the first gun you ever shot? No, first gun I ever shot was a buddy's Colt 22 revolver, and he still has it. But first gun I owned was a Rock Island double stack 1911 and 9mm. That is a new version of it with an optics cut. What happened to your Apollo? I traded it for the Canic because the Apollo needed the grip, it needed a beaver tail, it needed some modifications, and I just really wasn't feeling it. So I traded it for the Canic because you can't get the Canics right now. All the distributors are sold out. There's only a few out there, and everybody's scalping them. So hold on. Yes, I'm over 18 years old. No, I'm not giving you my email. Mechanic. So they're selling it at least their MSRP or their MAP price of $950, but $950 is just, I mean, they're all from dealers. Dealers bought them all, and then they're putting them all on Gunbroker. It's what they do with new shit. We did it with the FPC when it first came out. Oh. I never messed with the Sidekick. I've been meaning to. Nice, good trade. You got a lot of 2011s. I do, and I've got 3 more coming from manufacturers, so I don't need them. The Chiappa. Yeah, the Chiappa is my favorite on the wall tonight. And yes, I'm saying it wrong. The Tiny Blue Pistol is a non-firing 3D printed replica of a Chiappa Rhino. Banner just got home from work. Man's pushing the hours out, man. What's the tan gun under your bolt action? That is a recovered tactical chassis for a full-size Glock. Yeah, the Nebula. My dog is fast asleep, dude. I love you, Rocky. I love you more than my audience. That's right. Your eye okay? Nope. The more tired I get, the lazier it gets, and the more she drifts. That's why I'm keeping it closed right now. I've spent so long with my right eye closed because my right eye is photophobic, which means it hates light, that I used to go days with my right eye closed. So it doesn't help the lazy. Do I love Rocky or Stone more? Well, when they were both together the other week when we went to North Carolina, I kind of loved them both. It's funny, though, because we get out of the car and Rocky thought I was leaving him with Stone. So he started barking his head off at him. Continue it again. You seem like a well-rounded, knowledgeable young man. I'm guessing if you're married, she is likewise completely to allow you to have the live stream channel. I envy you. Not married, Doru. Very single. I have a dog. I've only had the dog for a month, so before then I was a rambunctious single person. The only thing I regret about getting a dog is, holy shit, is his fur everywhere. But yeah. Stone seems like a pretty cool dude. He's a great dude. He's reliable. He's funny. He's generous. He's going to send me $100,000 right now on the live stream. Been married for 15 years. Never once have I asked permission to do something. So the best marriages don't require a spreadsheet. So I know of people that have been married a couple of times, and they always talk about how my wife owes me $100 for the rent, or my wife owes me $100 for this, or I owe my wife $150 for this. I'm like, you're married, dude. I only like you for your ass. Dude, I also like you for that squeaky bald head. Same, she has never once asked me for permission. We are adults, we tell each other what we're doing. Yeah, as long as there's communication and understanding. As long as the bills get, as long as you have some funds left over, good. He makes steak and potatoes. Dude, Stone knows how to cook. My wife owes me special attention time. That's just fun. I can't feel my body right now. I literally feel like I'm drunk. My whole body is floating away from me right now. It's really interesting. I pay for everything. She pays the tent. Nice way of putting it, brother. You bought the Prodigy back? Good for you, dude. I'm glad you got it back. You can strengthen that eye up by wearing a patch. No, I'm way too old for that shit. Also, when I'm not tired, it's not lazy. I appreciate that you're giving options, and that's really cool, but no. Fog fan. Fog fan. Don't look like a monetary transaction. If I give her $100, she doesn't owe me anything but head. Ha! I knew somebody was going to go there. I pay for strip dances. She thinks I have an obsession with guns. My collection is not as quite as nice as yours, but I'm getting there. So, my hope is that you pay reasonable prices. You're not paying full price for them. As long as you pay under market price for a gun, it's never a bad thing. I was forced to sell a lot of my guns when I started the store. I've probably sold 32, I think, of my personal guns when I started the store. Yeah, a bunch of them were just normal shit. But they were guns I didn't want to sell. That's why the wall changes. Again, I'm not selling any of my private collection anymore. So the only gun that I have somebody in line for is if I decide I hate the Canic because I didn't want it. I just got it because I didn't want anybody else to have it. That is such a shit thing to say. But I got it because I wanted to make a video. And also I was going to drag it behind my truck, but everybody yelled at me. Been with my girlfriend a little over 2 years. Usually asks me it's okay. She goes out, but that's because her ex gave her a lot of trauma. We're working through that one day at a time. Yes. Whatever you're on right now, I like this new you. I am tired as fuck, and I'm just not. Bleh. I know what the skin inside my wife's mouth feels like, so she can have whatever she wants. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, King. I've had girlfriends that were the same way. They had boyfriends that were assholes. Can I be put on the list? Unfortunately, the person that's on the list to buy it is 1,000% committed to just buying it. They have the FDE version, and I'm building him his custom gun right now, and after that gun is done, he's probably going to take that one. Every gun I own is used. Normally I get them for about half price. The last Glock I got, I know you're not a big fan, but I paid $150. I'm not a fan, but you hit it on the head. The reason I'm not a fan is because of the way they sell their guns. But a Glock, a new Glock at $300, I would never complain about it. A used Glock at $150, it's a no-brainer, dude. I bought a SIG 320 for $250, even though they're having issues because it was $250. I only buy guns I think I can resell if I need the money, and guns that I like, and guns I don't have. I buy all the guns. Lol. I usually get some sleep. I'm not actually tired, and that's the problem with this problem that I have. I'm not tired. My brain is running right now. It's my body that's shutting down. And there's nothing I can do to stop it. It's not a, oh, pinch yourself. It's not a, oh, rub one out. It's not a, let the dog bite your ass. It's literally, I can't physically stop my body from shutting down. I'm building a custom communist Tavor as well. Yes, Comrade Duga. Do I have a Draco? No, I have taste. No, I meant to get one of the collection guns if you decide to sell again. Oh, well, yeah, absolutely, dude. It's been a really long time. I would remind you, but I'd prefer if I didn't. Okay. I buy the guns I want. Yes, he does. Also, your barrel is on the way to me. You gotta try some of that GABA supplement to help you fall asleep. I don't need help falling asleep. That's the problem. I don't need help falling asleep. Get rid of Glock. If so, what's your problem with Glock? Yes, I have 7 Glocks, including multiple custom builds. They're overpriced. They are mediocre at best. They are the AK of the pistol world. The only reason they run so reliably is because they have shit tolerances. And yes, it's done on purpose, so yes, it is a design feature. And yes, Gaston Glock purposely made his gun trash to make it reliable. Hell yeah, I appreciate it. Yep. Do I buy guns as a gun store? Yes. I know I showed you a photo. You should do a P211. You should do a 2211 for the shop. How much would you sell it for? They are map priced, Fog. SIG sets the price at $2,300 minimum. Have a good night. Hope you feel better. Thank you, dude. I'm gonna be cutting it at 10. E-Rock, I don't even know if I got your email, bro. What's your thoughts on the 322? My second favorite 22 caliber semi-auto loader. TX22 is first, 322 is quick second. Kimber 1911 Customs all day. Yeah, I like their stuff. I texted you when I took a break from work in my car with all the windows down and sunroof open. I needed help. I ended up falling asleep and taking a nap for an hour. I can't do that during the day. That hurts. I wake up feeling terrible. I'm glad you can do that. So I get that you don't like Glock, but if you had to carry one, which would you choose? Probably a Glock 34, which I have carried before, and I have 2 custom ones. I got a High Point 45 for $100. Had it for 5 years and love it. Lamau. I'm also a cheap ass. Nothing wrong with that, dude. And you're enjoying the gun you own. That's what matters, man. Crazy to make a trash gun and make it take this long in the gun world, especially since they're all the same. So he found the formula. They say lightning in a bottle, once in a lifetime, all that shit. John Moses Browning with the 1911 and the high power, CZ with the 75. Every gun generation has a manufacturer or a creator that finds what works. At the time the Glocks came out, we had stuff like the P89s, the P85s. We had the the Smith & Wesson 59 series. We had the 220s. So it was a revolutionary gun when it came out that nobody else could quite duplicate because of, obviously, trademarks. So they had a long time with it, which then created a loyal fan base. It's the way that Apple works. Apple doesn't build anything on their own. What I mean by that is they tried working with RISC chips out of Texas, but they don't manufacture. Their computers are filled with Intel, Nvidia, AMD. They don't manufacture any of their own shit, but they've had so long as the company that they rule the market. Same way with Glock. Are there 22 caliber 2011s or is it barrel conversions? Barrel conversions. I can't think of a 22 caliber 2011 that I can think of. Gun Blazing, what's up, man? VP70 was a Glock a decade earlier. It gets worse than that because it's a blowback only gun. VP70 is the high point of the world. He's a great dude. I worked by the ocean, had a great sea breeze. It was so nice today. I like Glocks because I've never had a personal problem with them. And that's fine. If that's what you like, by all means like it. But when you ask, I'm not calling you out, but when people ask me my opinion, I'm going to give you my opinion. I make videos on every new Glock that comes out because it's kind of what I have to do on this channel. And I do find things I like about almost any guns, but they're fucking Glocks, man. They're just boring. Yeah, the 211 looks awesome, but 2300 is too steep. Yes. Worst trigger ever made. Agreeable. You have an old Glenfield semi-automatic 22 long rifle, runs like a scalded dog. Wow, nice, dude. That's cool. What happened to Alex? Yes, he's been working a lot. And I actually talked to him today. He needs ammo for an Uzi he bought. Miguel, you've got autism because your autism is autism and you're fucking stupid. I'm about to hit hard times here, and I own a lot of custom high-powered, high-caliber rifles I don't want to part with, but I may have to. Would you like to talk shop? Total of 46 rifles. You can send me emails. We can't discuss it on YouTube. But thejiminishow@gmail.com, my channel name. thejiminishow@gmail.com. Send me pictures. Rock Island 22 TCM is a 22 caliber double stack. I will actually bow down and accept that answer because you are correct, Bruce. It is a 22 caliber bullet. Any Passat daggers? Nope. YouTube videos are saying that the MC2 is a Glock clone. The MC2 is not a Glock clone. The only thing the MC2 does, I mean, it's not. There's nothing the same. The takedown is different. The mags are proprietary to Mossberg. The only Mossberg gun that used Glock stuff was the MC1s. And those ones were Glock 43. It's 10 o'clock p.m. my time, Fog. Guys, I think my wife is gluing my firearm. She denies it, but I'm sticking to my guns. Did you hear the toilet got stolen from the local police department? Yeah, cops have nothing to go on. Is the Heritage Roscoe a good value? I've held one. I haven't shot one. It seems pretty good. I need a small gun I can hide under my arm. Well, I can underarm a 1911, so how big is your arm, son? Tough one here. I have felonies. Is there any way I can clean my record enough to own a gun again? No. Felons are required to wait a minimum of, I believe it's 10 years in most states that allow you to get your gun rights back. And then you have to have been a nonviolent felon. No domestic assaults, no murders, no things like that. And then you have to petition to get your gun rights back. And if you do get your gun rights back in the state you live in, you will not be able to exercise federal gun rights. You can only carry a gun. You can only get guns in your state. You don't need to bow down to me. We don't have that kind of dynamic. You'd be telling me to bow down if I had the boobs on my back. Higher paternity, no homo. Homo, bro. Homo. French kiss me. Ah. Think felons have to wait forever. It's about 10 years. What 1911's budget would you recommend? Depending on what the budget is. If you're talking 500-ish, Gerson and TSOS, avoid the Taurus stuff. Their triggers are trash. If you're going to step up a little bit, you can probably find some Fusion Firearms in the $750 to $900 range, Bull Armory in the $800 range. Those both have AV controls. Oh, bless. No problem. I can see you, bro. Can you see me? Not at all, dude. I can't see anything. I see everything. I have 199-degree vision. I'm Sid the Sloth. I'm the best man in the world. What would you recommend for a work gun under 350 used or new for a painter? And I mean like painting houses. Used Glock. No bow down, just bend over. I used to give a fake name. It was Ben Take It, middle Doverand. Bonjour! You need to get a fake pregnant belly to go with the boobs. That would be hilarious. Should I feel bad for loving my M18? It's been flawless with a little over 500 rounds for it. No, T2. That's an M17 right there. I just took the finish off of it and changed the frame in a different barrel, and I just fucked up my chair. Oh, well. Whoa, don't move. Don't move. Nobody move. Hold on. Everything's spinning. Anybody else have this problem that when you close your eyes you can't see? Sorry, apparently the weight of my life is weighing on me right now. If I open my eyes, I'm going to pass out, ironically. Hold on, I'll use Braille to read the screen. Yep, mouse is right. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Every time you hit the like button, Google gives me 9/10 of 1/1000th of a penny. So that's fucking awesome. Stone said, what's your favorite on the wall tonight? E-Rock just told me to eat his E-hole. That's weird. Let's see. McManus is going to pop in because I said that AK is the best gun in the world. So 3, 2, shut up. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm out. I'm done. No, it's not because you're covering your eyes. But I have the problem where if I plug my ears, I can't hear. I have a problem that when I stick a finger in my butt, my finger smells. Mrs. Mouse has an idea. Since you lost 20 pounds, you might be over-medicated, increasing dizziness. No, it's my syncope, dude. Syncope, it's a diagnosed condition. I have syncope. Syncope and my autoimmune disease. So yes, losing the weight is probably causing my body to attack itself more, but the medications I take are for blood pressure, heart, brain, nerves, things like that. They shouldn't be affecting me in that way because yes, I've lost 20 pounds, but I'm still 230 pounds. But that was a good guess. I honestly love my Rock Island 1911. Things running great. I did have to tune it a little bit around some sharp edges, but no complaint about. Dude, me neither. My first gun, I polished it out. That's when I first learned about polishing rails and internals and shit. And my Gerson Match X is where I learned how to make a sub 1 pound trigger in a 1911. Get some rest so you don't pass out. It's called stinky finger. It's almost like the stanky leg. What caused my medical conditions? Genetics, God, the universe, Yahweh, atoms, quantum mechanics, life, my dad. I dream of being 230. No worries. How tall are you? 6'4". I have a problem when someone spills beer on me. I freak out and almost get arrested for attempted murder. What's funny is when somebody spills beer on me, I go, "Is it that your time of the month, whether or not they're a man or not?" And it usually leads to a fight. I would go with the 22 Winchester Magnum because it's cheaper ammo. Maybe you need to see a doctor. Brother, yeah, I had a doctor's appointment last week. Trust me, dude. I go to the doc. I see my primary care physician every month. I've had kidney failure twice in the last year. I've been hospitalized more times than probably a doctor goes into a hospital. So, yeah, trust me, dude. I see enough doctors. I take 17 pills twice a day. Just to stay alive. Andrew agrees. You eat honey? Not often. I do blow bubbles once in a while, but he hasn't been in town for like a month. I'm just trying to cut off all the homo jokes and stuff. Thup. What's up? What's up, Abel Voorhees? Abe Voorhees. How many of the 17 pills are perks? None, because opioids don't work on me. So I also get the worst aspect of having to take many, many drugs. No, dude, trust me, please. As much as I appreciate everybody making recommendations, I'm 46 years old. I have medical conditions and genetic issues. They've been around for almost 30 years. There's literally nothing that you're going to recommend that either I haven't heard of or tried. Thank you for your concern. I really do appreciate it. I'm explaining, I'm not requesting help. What are you drinking? Water with some flavoring in it. No, 5.7 is great. I just don't like paying 68 cents a round. I'd rather pay 69 because it's nice. Damn it. Yeah. I don't know 100% because I've never looked up that exact words, but I can tell you the last time we did blood work, literally everything was perfect. Even my kidney function, which is why we've increased several medications. Prepper, how you doing? You got 54 subs. Nice, dude. Everybody go check out the late Prepper. I feel you. I ain't alone. My autoimmune is attacking joints and shit is fusing up. Yeah, the fusing up thing, I don't wish that on anybody, dude. Loss of mobility sucks. So mine is the myelin sheath is wearing out. It gets torn super easy and doesn't heal. So I have the equivalent of bare electrical wire always touching muscles. So it my muscles are always in flux. They're always twitching. 30, drink a refreshing Coca-Cola to quench your thirst. What the fuck? Lol. Putting a little flavor on your beak. Yep. How do you know you're at a gay picnic? The corn is all being eaten the wrong way. That's good. It sounds like you have an issue with acute kidney injuries. No, not really. So the first failure was because I was working in 108-degree heat rebuilding my buddy's engine, and I didn't stop until I was done. And I probably should have because I lost the ability to see color about 2 hours in. So I drank nothing but a little bit of water, so I had no electrolytes in my system. So I had full kidney failure that time. I was like an hour away from having to use dialysis. And then the second time I went into what's called diabetic ketoacidosis because I do have diabetes, but it's controlled through diet. And I was eating like a fucking trash panda because I was trying to get my store open and I was eating the worst food possible and a lot of sugar, a lot of like pick me up snacks, and it caused my body to go into failure. And I don't mean past life as a reincarnation since you were revived from your attempt. You showed your sister a picture of your vajankle and she hated it. Well, turnabout's fair play. I want to see hers. Yeah. Yeah, they did bring me back and that sucked, but yeah. I actually thought of that as a positive thing because I got the blood of a southern old black lady. Because, dude, I love me some sweet potatoes now. Sorry. As much as I enjoy some of the takes of Joe Rogan, my kind of live stream, nice PC and some guns. Thank you. And I'm building a new computer that's going to be even more extreme. And I'm not telling you what I'm doing to it, but it's going to be cool as fuck. What made you get the guns you got? Personal choice. I like full-size guns. I like hammer-fired guns. I like metal guns. Since I started becoming big enough on YouTube to get sponsorships and guns for testing, a lot of those guns have come from manufacturers. The guns protect them from ghosts. Am I type 1 or type 2? So I'm non-insulin dependent. I believe that's type 2. My latest shorts is when I went to the range and shot my Remington 870 Police Magnum G17 and PSA Mark 12 mod. A lot of people seem to like pump-action shotguns. Yes, they do. I know a lot of ghosts. You are right. Would you say your health has a correspondence with you passing and being brought back, or did you have those problems even prior to the attempt? So you don't have to censor your words. That's TikTok and Twitch bullshit. I committed suicide because I was in too much pain. So I had pre-existing conditions. I had conditions that were accelerating. I didn't have full diagnoses, proper diagnoses, which was part of the problem. I couldn't get the help I needed. So I killed myself. And after I came back, I finally found doctors that listened. So my primary doctor, she's this little Latino lady named Candy. She and I try different meds all the time. She listens to me. We try different regimens. We try different things. And while nothing has ever taken the pain away or my headaches away, her work has definitely helped go in the right direction. Those computer speakers are 45 years old. No, they're not that old. They're Bose, man. Bose are good speakers, dude. Why did one of my comments disappear? It either got auto-removed by the algorithm. So this is a gun channel ghost. If it got removed, the algorithm and the AI caught it. I have YouTube support that watches these. Good show. I got to say good night, and I hope you feel better. Feel free to text or call me anytime, and everyone make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Yes. So I'm not an e-beggar for money. I beg for likes and subscriptions, so I'm a super cheap whore. So if you could do me a favor and just double tap your screen or hit the like button for me, I'm trying to get to 200K before the end of the year. We hit 185 today and shot past it, so I like that. But you guys are helping me grow the channel organically. I don't do giveaways just to grow the channel. I did a shirt sale for a while. It kind of backfired because I did pre-sales. I'm never doing pre-sales again. Need to work on your health literacy. So why is me not knowing one test thing being illiterate? Did you say on the upper is on the way to you? Yes, it's on the way from Bear to me. It should have been here by now, but I was gone for a few days, so I think it got shipped back and shipped back again. You take your blood pressure when you have headaches. I take my blood pressure anytime I'm not feeling good, and I take my blood pressure when I have the headaches, but the problem is I always have a headache. I've had a headache since I was 17 years old. Where's your 1911? There's 4 of them up there. Did he just come out and say his doctor is a stripper? No, but she's fucking hot. Sorry if you're watching this, Dr. Lamas. If you weren't married and my doctor. Awesome stream. Love the channel. Thank you, Arms Room. Dude, I checked out your live. 60K. That's pretty solid, man. Everybody go check out Arms Room, man. He's got the hold-up displays and stuff, and his stuff is nice. I'll remember that. I didn't know if YouTube would be weird if I just blatantly said suicide. No, it's so it's idiots that, sorry, I don't mean to call you guys idiots. It's content creators that think they have to censor words like trigger, killing, rape, suicide. It can affect monetization if it's in the title, but using those words in your actual video will not automatically demonetize a video. Paper currency will have a place as long as there's precious metals and physical things that are traded, but primarily thanks to COVID, like all the toll roads went full digital. You either had an easy pass or they just send you a bill, and the prevalence of self-checkout. But there's some chains like Walmart that stopped using their self-checkout because people keep stealing from them. How many guns do you have overall? I don't actually know, Goat. 99 problems, but a biatch ain't one. I'm my dog's bitch, so I'm his bitch. I'm his problem. Brother, after killing yourself and coming back, do you give glory to God? I believe in a higher power. I don't believe in discussing it, and God had nothing to do with my decision, nor did he have anything to do with my decisions as a person. Again, I believe in a higher power. I believe there is something. But I respect your rights and your beliefs. I respect that God is who he is to you in whatever form God takes to you. But I also believe in doing it my way. You'd be surprised. Your higher power doesn't need you to go to one building with 800 other people and chant to the sky. Aren't credit and debit cards virtual currency? They are, but they're guaranteed by physical, by gold, by money, by things that are real. So cryptocurrencies are a currency that never had a real physical form. That's the kind of currency that I think is being referred to more towards the virtual. So you're very curious about the small blue gun. That is a 3D printed, non-firing display copy of a Chiappa Rhino. I hate Easy Pass. I actually like it, except for when I forget about it and my card automatically refills it. Sub for the Arms Room. Check it later. Yeah, so, yeah, I've watched a couple of his lives when I'm just doom scrolling. I haven't really spoken. Maybe I'll pop in now that you've talked on mine. What's your go-to when shit hits the fan? I shit myself, and then I figure it out. Shotgun rifle, 1911. I buy used panties on the internet and put them on my face like a gas mask. That's a good hobby. Got my first warning strike about the guy from Ermoc said coming in October, referring to a new release. So they claim that you are selling firearms. So if it's on your shorts, what you need to do is petition for a shorts partner. All my videos get auto submitted for remonetization after they get demonetized because I have a guy. I don't have access to that guy, but I have a guy that manually reviews my shit now. And they monetize almost every video. Now, some of them they still screw me over on, but like they removed. I used to have a Tommy gun video on there. No, the last one they removed. They age restricted the Tommy gun, but they removed my Glock 45 video because I took a Glock 19X and a Glock 45 and I swapped out parts and I made a black and tan 45 and a black and tan 19X since they're basically the same gun. YouTube removed it, said that I was selling guns, even though the timestamp they provided was me talking about how they became military contract pistols. Best barrel and suppressor set for a Glock 41. No clue, dude. I don't like the Glock 41. What state are you from? Well, I was made in Texas and born in Korea, but I'm currently in Virginia. I understand what you're saying. It needs to be like that, and I know Jesus is not sending you to hell for not going to one building. Yeah, dude, and it's you know, I'm not going to get into religion here. I could talk a long time on it. I just don't want to do it here. This is more of a safe space for talking stupid shit. Do you have any experience with the English L9A1? Yes. Positive. So the English is manufactured by it's owned by SDS, who owns TSOS, who owns Mac. They actually bought the tooling from English, so it's very good. I will say this though, as much as I like TSOS, they've sent me guns. Gerson also has. So between the English and the Gerson, they're the two most accurate reproductions. The Gerson has more compatibility than the English. If I start a petition just for shits and giggles to see if Magnum Research would make a 12 gauge Desert Eagle, would any of you go sign it? Yes, make it digital. I'll sign it right now. Hit the like. Come on, people. I'm going to end at 10:30, so I went a half hour longer than I planned on it. I thank you guys for sticking with me. Again, I don't ask for money. I ask for likes. I do stupid shit for money. You want me to wear the big fake titties now that I've lost a lot of weight? Break out your wallets. It also has to be Cash App. YouTube takes 30% and they don't pay me for 6 weeks. What do you think of the Taurus Judge? It's a fine gun. Not my style, but it's fine. Mine fed everything. I had the color case hardened one. As long as you got enough ammo, Jeremiah, yeah, absolutely. 7.62 by 25 out of like a Tokarev will go through soft body armor. Do I want to make some money? It's a loaded question, pardon the pun. If you're a gun YouTuber, where's your beard and beard oil plugins? If I let this grow out, it'll take 9 years to become a beard. This is a month's worth of growth. I don't grow facial hair fast. I'm half Asian. Everybody take a quick... Also, my facial hair is about the same length as PewView, so I have that going for me. You like the Glock 43X because mine keeps jamming on me. Nickname it Bob Marley. You should eat the hot chocolate. Right now, if I ate the hot chocolate, I would literally pass out and die. And you guys are still short on that. Long form, they removed it after I peeled it, but I lost the appeal. Yeah, they're just being dicks right now about talking about upcoming stuff. This is the most American stream I've seen all day. Why? Because there's a bunch of guns, a computer, and a dude with tattoos? Wait till you see my butthole. You have clam eyes. I have Asian eyes. Tokarev is my EDC. Might try to optic ready it. It'll be an interesting gun. I've seen it. Go to play Ghost of Tabor. You can put optics on your Tokarevs. Do you like 300 Blackout? 100%. I love 300 Blackout. Good round. What do you think of the Shield X? I really don't have an opinion on it. I like the Shield Plus, and the X is just kind of an upgrade, so. Whew. No, I've never seen the two-part Case 277 Fury. I'm not a long gun guy. Tokarev is still around. Tokarev as a company, Tokarev USA is owned by SDS. So, no. But there are tons of Tokarevs out there. Smith & Wesson in general makes solid guns. Some of their guns are but in general, their guns are fine. Recommend me a 9mm PCC with the folding stock. Don't judge me. CMMG Banshee with a lost side folder. I don't do things before I get paid, son. How would I make a digital petition? Would it be essentially just an email that I send you and then you send back with your signature? No, you can go to petition.org. I think it's free to start a petition. And if it costs something, it shouldn't be that much. That Nighthawk 2011 is currently at $900. Yeah, but it's still got like 2 weeks. Although if you win it for $900, you can have the Night Stalker back. We all know you can't see from long range. Why would I want to see from long range? That's why they make magnifiers, you stupid fuck. Should I get a 10mm for alternative deer season? I mean, no. Why are you shooting deer with the 10mm handgun? That's wasteful. Y'all have a good one, and remember, heads down, ass up. You got it, Longbeard. Okay, Britt, that sounds good. Those could take care of a lot of chickens. Hey, KFC, sponsor the channel. You received your kidney transplant. How's it doing, dude? How's it doing? Is it stable? Good for you, brother. Good for you. You gotten the Spartan too? I can get a Spartan. When I got the Canic, so I traded for the Terran Tactical Canic. I could have gotten Kimber Rapide Ice 9mm or the SIG Spartan, but I didn't trade for either of those. YouTube's being assholes. I post gun videos, I get about 100 views. I collab with somebody not showing a gun, it gets 1 to 2K. Yep. You carry the 10mm when deer hunting because of bears. That makes sense then. I towed a 10mm high point. It's never jammed on me. You've shot it once. Well, that's why it hasn't jammed on you. Be cool. Says, yes, it's working. Good job, man. Congratulations. I hope that it stabilizes and it lasts you for a long-ass time, dude. Where are you located that you carry 10mm for bear? Akalaka? I got a Lorson 380, never jammed. Lorson 380s are cool. My buddy has one. If you were to give a beginner only one handgun, what would it be? A beginner? I'd give him a .22 caliber revolver with 1 round in it. How's the day going? It's over now, so great. Me and Puppers are going to go lay down for about an hour, and then I'm going to play some Ghost of Tabor. Yes, North Carolina, that's some fucky shit, dude. What do you think about Kel-Tec? I kind of like Kel-Tec. I've gotten lucky with almost every Kel-Tec gun I've ever had. And I know that's bizarre, because I've had a lot, but I've gotten very lucky with them all. Peg, what's up, JPEG? Peg, egg, peg. You got a girlfriend. It's going great. Oh, so the JPEG egg gets pegged. How you been, brother? What GPU is that? Gigabyte RTX 4070 Ti. Also, if you're an electronics reviewer or a graphics card reviewer and you say TI, you are disowned. The TI stands for titanium, toppest level. When it was used in nomenclature by NVIDIA, it signifies titanium. You have a sub 2K Gen 3. It's really nice. Yeah, that's the one that turns before it folds, right? So you don't have to take off your optic. That was a good move on their point. Nuh-uh. I don't get pegged. Maybe. Yeah, right. You know the male G-spot is inside your butthole. Just saying. Unless I'm hunting with an AR platform, then I'm not carrying a sidearm. That's interesting. Good way of putting it. Yes, sir. That's the one. Yeah, those are actually very solid guns. When do you think they're going to allow felons to carry? Our president is one. Yes, but he also has a bunch of dudes that don't understand how to protect him when a gunshot goes off. I mean, he has Secret Service. Um, I literally get my 5070 Ti tomorrow in the mail. Hopefully, nothing wrong with it. Yeah, man, crossing fingers. It's actually a massive step up. So, for those of you that don't know, a 4070 Ti is more powerful than a 3090 Ti, but it's not a very powerful card in general compared to some of the modern shit. I had the 4090. I never used the damn thing. So, I sold it thinking I was going to get a 5090 because I really never use it. And yeah, NVIDIA decided to be NVIDIA and screw over the entire market with the release of the 5090, so I couldn't get one. I've never heard anyone call it Ti. I've only ever heard Ti. Anyone who calls it Ti instead of Ti is in fact his own. So I have a really good friend. His name is Chris. And I don't mean to call you out, buddy. I'm not saying your whole name. Your name is Chris, and a lot of people named Chris. Whenever he would buy cards from me or I'd buy cards from him, he's like, dude, I got a 1080 Ti. Do you want to buy my 1080 Ti? Yeah. He's actually got the 4090 that I'm buying back. I'm buying his 4090 because he's buying a 5090, but he hasn't gotten around to it yet. Nice prop wall. Well, technically, prop doesn't mean fake. Prop means property. So, yes. Is that why your fingers stick? Did you go looking for your G-spot? No, I know exactly where it is. You go past the second knuckle, halfway up the third knuckle, and then you do this. Jensen calls it Ti. Yeah, because he's an idiot who wears leather coats in the middle of a presentation when he's being fucking shined a spotlight on. I guarantee you the inside of his jacket has a yeast infection. How about them Glock diamond-like internals? No, I'm good. You're right, mate. You're going to buy my 1080 Ti? It's a good one. Why do you have guns? Well, I'm going to tell you in my Aussie accent, I've got guns because I like having me some guns. If I got to go out and take out a roo, I need my guns. Nah, I'm good, mate. I'm not looking up anything anybody tells me to unless you pay me. Been here for 5 minutes, you earned a subscriber. Thank you, Jack. Now I'll do Russian. What is your favorite gun up on the wall? My favorite gun up on the wall, you're going to laugh right now, is the high point yeet cannon with the Osprey 9 suppressor. Oh, hold on, I turned my head and now I don't want to stay conscious. On the only hand can only hunt with 5 rounds in rifle, for handing 15 rounds of 9mm or 10mm and a sidearm is not a bad idea. The gun wall, it's just pegboard that I got for free, and I got paint for free, so literally cost me nothing. You're gonna hop off. Patriot, man, I'll talk to you tomorrow. So many guns! Blah, I'm going to suck your... Oh, wait, this is YouTube. You should do a gun giveaway. Technically, you can't do gun giveaways on YouTube. That's why the bigger guys use a company called Fan of Them. What gun do you think? What gun would you think Agent 47 from the Hitman series would use to take out Obama? His silver ballers, man. I voted for a bowl of Captain Crunch, so I don't have a dog in that fight. So if I wanted to build one, what's your estimate? Pegboard on that side is probably, size is about $30. Paint's probably 15 to 20 bucks. I use scrap wood to pull it away from the wall so I could run the LEDs kind of behind it. I've got like, you'd probably spend about $100 in materials. Patriot, yes sir, you have a good night too. Is the Yama company still around? I got an old 1911 from them that's pretty interesting. Not in the way it used to exist. Llama is owned by... Taurus? I think. I don't want to open my eyes. I'm super comfortable right now. Look one up with a few hundred. Lowe's has pegboard 8 foot by 4 foot. Usually, those are I believe 6 foot by 6 by 6s. And I believe they're usually like $80 or $90, maybe. What's the rifle directly at the top? That is a Sears Model 43-103. I actually got that from a subscriber, CWL. What's the best first-time gun owner? Somebody who's never owned a gun before. Sky CPX seems right. The problem with Sky CPX is Sky is done. They're gone. They're not going to be making guns anymore. Thoughts on DC not prosecuting the open carrying of rifles and shotguns? Well, it's kind of a difficult thing, McPherson, because the Attorney General for the Southern District of Whatchafucket, they renounced 2A sanctuary. So technically, no, they are going to prosecute. They have to find a cop that's willing to arrest you for it, but they will prosecute. You eat cat? No, but I like me some good juicy pop. Anyway, I'm definitely going to look into it. No problem, dude. You skipped the greatest moment of the night. Did I? Fuck! Set me up again. What happened to Sky? They got outclassed, man. You know, when they created the Sky CPX lineup in 2016 and 17, it was relevant. Nowadays, Taurus, Smith & Wesson, everybody makes a gun that can be competitive with a much better trigger for about the same money. Fell, it's alright. Do you remember when Cheaper Than Dirt switched to only selling ammo and optics? 'Twas a sad day. I didn't know they ever sold guns, to be honest with you, Peg. I don't know why I keep calling you Peg. You have a 75B pre-1981. Is it good? Sure. Why not? You know what time it is. It is Millie time. Wait, that came out wrong. Millie time. I'm doing all this with my eyes closed because I'm trying not to pass out. No respect if you carry a Sky. I kind of like the DVG with the striker fire trigger, but not a lot to carry them. Hey, Bevins, if you start stealing my word jokes, I'm going to have to file a cease and desist with my lawyers. You may have heard of their firm. It's called Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. They will be sending you a cease and desist. Lol. Do you think import bans will ever be lifted? Oh, at some point, eventually. The minute that the talking carrot gets kicked out of office for his last time. Unless the same party takes reins again. Yeah. The problem with politics, it's like going to a casino and betting on red or black. That's all politics are now. Do I have any commemorative Trump guns? Well, I've got an AR-15, and I kind of recall somebody using one for a nefarious purpose. You like the Vel 7? I don't know what that is. I appreciate it. A+. A+ for effort. Stonks! Talking carrot, lols. Yep. The leopard print Sky looked almost good enough. Yeah, they made some cool looking ones. Politics is violence now. Pretty much. Nice PC, thank you. It is 10:39-ish. So I am going to bed, guys. I'm going to show you the dog one more time and my penis, and then we're all going to log off. So get ready. Here comes the dog. Then comes the hog. Everybody have a good one. The tan gun is a chassis kit for a Glock. It's from Recover Tactical. Good night, kids. Hey, Rocky, you ready to go to bed? Rocky, are you dead, boy? Comrade Doggish. What's up? I'm going to cook you. You wanted me to cook you, dog? I use a good dog. All right, guys. Say goodnight to the doggy. That's how tired he is. Ah, good boy. Yes, he sleeps under a desk. I would too if I was as cool as him. Good night, children of the internets. Love you all.